Hello and welcome everybody out there in YouTube and D&D land. Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Before we jump in the action, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All of those things help us out tremendously. If you're interested in supporting our community a little bit further, consider becoming a member here on our YouTube channel. Memberships start at just $2 a month, and you gain access to some really cool emotes. In addition to that, if you're interested in open slots, we have one more person needed to fire off a early Tuesday campaign, or two more people in order to fire off an early Friday campaign. We can have a maximum of 2 players join the Tuesday one, so if you are interested in that, be sure to reach out and let me know. Also, we reached our goal for our special one-shot. So anything given over until the end of this month is going to be appreciated, but starting next month, we're going to start doing another one for another one-shot, just to see if we can sustain through this or not. But it should be a very entertaining one-shot with the players that are going to be involved. We're organizing the day and everything like that, so look out for any announcements. But without further ado, Bernie, what happened last session?
Right. So after the group finally went into Rexentrum itself to meet with Uladon, we had a bit of a negotiation with him for a while and talked about what he actually wanted as well. There was some reasonable skepticism on our side at first, and I suppose there still is. But finally, we did agree to do our part in this deal, and that is to take revenge for him for rather on the Volstrucker, who was in charge of torturing his cousin down in Nicodranus, the governor, I think it was. So in return for that, we will gain access to some books that will be very useful to know about certain, major players in the Empire and what their sort of, their bio, as it were. So we were allowed to stay in his estate, Uladon's estate in Rexentrum, for a few days before we're heading down to Nicodranus again. And not Nicodranus. We're actually going to the Blight Shore, because that is apparently where the Volstrucker number 2 currently is operating. And Uladon offered to give us a teleportation circle, access to what's the name again? New Haxon.
The first teleportation circle he gave was the one to his private estate in Rexentrum.
Right.
And the other one, he gave you the coordinates to the New Haxon one, but he also gave you an object so you could all teleport over to Incanter's Rest instead of appearing inside of the stronghold of the Volstruckers and other. Yeah.
Right. So we're going to Incanter's Rest, and from there making our way to New Haxon. And he also revealed to us that New Haxon is apparently under the control of the Empire via the Volstruckers. Another thing that was revealed that was quite interesting is that the former leader of New Haxon is quite likely a copper dragon. So we'll see if we might be able to gain some favor there and help him or her restore their control of the city. And there was some interpersonal business with Jethro and Yanni, who they sort of had a bit of a talk about their relationship, and I suppose Jethro asked the question, but we haven't had any proper answer to it yet, so we don't know if Yanni is willing to marry him. So yeah, I guess that's where we left off.
Alrighty. Evening rolls around and, well, you all meet back up. Your restlessness has been growing and growing and growing as you all are here, and at this point you are beginning to overstay your welcome. Every day you are in Rexingtrim is a day that Uladon can be seen as a traitor to the Empire, which the punishment for that is death. No other punishment. So, well, are all of you prepared to get out of my house?
I suppose. There's no extra equipment you think we would require over at the Blight Shore?
Well, the cloaks are the only thing that I was thinking should be very helpful to all of you. And if there was anything else, I suppose seasoned adventurers, you should be fine, right? Probably.
Yeah, I think we'll manage.
Right then. Do you mind if we teleport to your house, or would you prefer to be outside the city?
If you're going to be teleporting, you should be outside of the city. They can peer into any teleportation magics that happen within the proximity of the entire city. You should be about 2.5 miles outside of it, just to make sure you don't, well, blare any bells. Make sure you're heading to the southwestern side, 2.5 miles away from the city. We'll escort you out back where we found you, but...
Of course. Thank you very much for that assistance.
Of course. When the job is done, Yanni will let me know.
Very well.
And you all gather up into your carriage, squishing in as tightly as you can, and take off. Roughly about an hour later, you are all released from the carriage back on that hillside that you all were at previously.
And we're the proper distance away from the city to avoid setting off any alarm bells, correct?
No, you still need to go about another mile.
Okay. Another mile and we should be good.
Wrong one. So, you all travel. Everybody prepared their proper spellage for you prepared casters.
Yep.
Good, good. Well then. How do you want to do this?
Start by ritual casting Water Walk because we don't know what exactly is out there.
Okay.
So better be safe than sorry.
Boop. Water walk on each of you.
Death ward on myself because yeah. I will have healing word ready for on the tattoo when we're time to teleport, so we don't splatter on the inside of the anti-teleportation shield.
Yep.
Right? Just got to get the extra mile out of the way.
Oh, we fast forward past. It's traveling. It's easy.
Yeah.
And this is the last call for preparations. No retcons. No, oh, I would have done this. Oh, I thought about doing that. Last call.
I'm trying out this new plate mail, the one that of donning and doffing.
All
exactly
right.
How does that work? Is it one action to put it on then, or
so? In order to put it on, you have to speak the command word, which is Bruce.
All right. Bruce. Okay.
And then to take it off, you have to say the other command word, Almighty.
Yep. Sounds good.
You're welcome.
Hey Joey, just a quick thing too. For the cloaks of concealment we got, I can't wear my cloak of protection and that, right? It has to be one or the other.
The cloak of concealment is a large, like, overcoat poncho type thing that makes it very difficult for anybody to see anything you have underneath. The moment you begin attacking, casting spells, what is underneath becomes visible.
Yeah, it's like an overcoat. So you can have like a trench coat, then an overcoat. It's kind of like that.
Yeah, so you can put it over top of other things since it doesn't give you any benefits other than you can move around unseen underneath this cloak.
Okay.
Joey, what's a Shadow Storm arrow?
Didn't I give you that last week?
No, it just says Shadow Storm arrow. It doesn't say what it is. It's like a homebrew thing.
I could have sworn I gave you that information last week. All right, let me get it back up.
Yeah, I'm looking through chat. The things in chat is just like things people were asking for.
It's on the handout.
Yeah, but it doesn't say what it is. Like it's a homebrew item.
And yeah, I'll put the plate mail of water breathing in the stash, in the loot rather.
We had 2 days in his house, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. What was the name of the object again?
Shadow Storm arrow.
Okay, I'm just going to type it out for you real quick.
Can I just clarify something? The Kraken ink that's worth 20 spell levels, I can just minus the spell levels I'm copying, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Make sure we're all wearing our cloaks.
Does the plate armor need attunement?
Donning and doffing?
No, it does not.
Nice. Then I'm attuning to my amulet of the devout.
Mm.
Does anyone want to attune to the sword that makes it easier to negotiate with dragons?
That's a good idea.
I can.
I have an open attunement slot, so I might as well have it.
Oh.
I figured if we're gonna try to talk to the ancient copper dragon, let's get every advantage we can get.
I mean, bright side is I do have a thing, and I am proficient in persuasion, so that helps.
But are you proficient in deception?
No.
Yeah.
All right,
Does
there you
Jethro
go.
look
That's
like a
the
liar
Shadow
to you?
Storm arrow. The magical arrow can be fired into the sky and will split into hundreds of smaller arrows as an action. Choose a point within your shooting range. Each creature within 30 feet of that area must succeed on a DC 16 Dex save or suffer 2d6 plus Dex piercing damage. Oh, there's one other feature to this. Damage cannot be evaded except through full cover or a shield. Because fuck you, rogues.
It was fine.
Oh shit, I just realized Jethro can't speak Draconic though.
And that is a one-time shot. So when you use it, it's gone. But
So, what kind of dragon one is that again? Is that a long sword, a great sword?
Long
It's a
sword.
long sword. Yeah.
I can attune to it. I'd need to I would have had to unattune from the burial spear for it though.
Wait, what are you attempting to attune to?
Dragon's Guile.
Isn't that the one that you specifically have to be Dragonborn to attune to?
No.
No, that's
that's-
acid rock.
Oh, thank you. Okay, yeah. Alrighty. Last
So-
call number
so-
2.
Holsha's the one attuning to that one then?
Yeah. Do you want to attune to the burial spear for a bit?
I don't know if I can.
Are you of a neutral alignment?
Yes.
So by neutral or evil creatures, chaotic doesn't count.
Okay, yeah, I can tune to the burial spear then. I just don't remember the stats for it.
It's in the handouts. It's a +2 to hit and damage, and on a nat 20, target instantly dies if they're not huge size or larger,
Okay.
and don't have legendary resistance.
All right, and I'm just gonna take the other day to take this mislead that I copied down and turn that into my contingency to when I'm attacked.
Very well. Also, if you can turn your output down a little bit, that was spiky as fuck for me.
My output.
Yeah, your volume output for your mic.
I know it's
Oh,
rather
we can
obvious.
switch to the.
Sorry, with headphones, it kind of... Ilvorn knows what I mean. It can spike very
how's
loudly.
that?
Much better, thank you.
Yeah, it defaulted to my built-in one instead of my microphone. That's what happened.
All right, much better, yes. Alrighty. Final call has been called. You're all locked in.
I will make, since I'm going to use it, Jethro will make the burial spear his packed weapon for now, since I'm attuned to it. might as
What
well.
rarity is the burial spear?
It's +2 magic spear, but let me see if it's on the. Where's the?
I don't think you put it on the
Yeah,
sheet,
Yeah, the rarity's not on there.
but we know it was made by or commissioned by Levistus.
Oh, it's legendary.
Okay.
And your packed weapon has what limitations again?
I don't think the rarity's a limitation, but let me.
It is. It is. This weapon counts. Proficiency while wielded. Purpose: overcoming resistances, immunity, non-magical.
Artifact or sentient weapon.
Okay, it is not. Yeah, it's legendary. Is artifact higher than legendary? No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Artifact is higher than legendary. Okay. Yeah. All right, fine. Yeah, that works.
Difference between an ancient weapon forged during a war to fight the gods than a weapon made by the gods, I guess.
Mhm.
Is the distinction.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. Yeah, it's only legendary.
Just double quick question too, for more on Yandish. The burial spear, was this from Mama Vusi's stuff? Or...
No, this was from Draconia, the same place we
Okay.
got the Gorget,
Okay.
which I assume is also legendary then.
Yes.
Wait, can you turn that thing into a +3 then with your pact?
I
Or
don't
is that-
think so. I'll look that up, but I don't think so.
I don't think they stack, but it'd be insane.
Yeah,
if could.
it doesn't. If it's already magic like that, it doesn't stack.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that would be kind of broken.
Yeah, there would be no reason to play a fighter ever again. I mean,
That's-
there already kind of isn't.
Oh wow.
Is that a lukewarm take?
No. Sorry, there's only one archetype, but yeah.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah, go for it.
I was gonna say the second most broken class I ever made, like thinking of one, was an Eldritch Knight. Like
Yeah, but what was the multi-class that actually made it good? Anyways,
it's
let's
just Eldritch
continue.
Knight.
Mm,
Take
mm.
dual concentration, hex and hunter's mark. You can get those spells. You fucking 8 attacks,
there's-
2 extra d6.
There's
added on top.
dozens of other things that are more powerful than that.
No,
if you
trust me,
combine.
it's just static damage.
All right,
That's
let's
why
keep playing the
Blazes
game.
is good.
Yeah.
So, Teleportation time?
Yep.
All
All
It's
right,
on.
all 8 of us.
Healing word on the tattoo. That's active, so we don't shatter.
Since we have an item from it, do we have to roll? I can't remember.
Roll the spell in chat. Let's read. Associated object. You have to roll between 1 and 100 on a D100.
Think you can do it?
You're successful. So, as you all teleport away, you feel that that shell-like barrier around the Empire that's trying to thwart your movement, but you manage to slip through it with relative ease. As you all go traveling across this incredible landscape, you end up flying and slamming down, and you immediately see that this is a huge, disgusting pile of sand. That's the wrong song. Pile of sand all around you.
Shit, we're in France.
What the fuck happened to the Alcazaz? Yeah, that's Alcazaz. That's not Alcazaz. No. What the actual fuck? Why is my music in different positions?
Did Roll20 update when we weren't looking?
No, because I've been looking all weekend. Here we go. Maybe it's this one. That's good enough. You look around and you see that there's this massive pool of dust that has been shot up into the air. This incredible mass of sand from your teleportation through here. And you are met by a very bizarre environment around you. Looking up at the skies, they are completely purpled out and have arcing blue lightning. Now, it's not a typical blue lightning. This is more vibrant and colorful than lightning you've seen otherwise. You start to look and you notice these huge objects in the distance lifting off the ground, floating and flying around. And it's finally time for me to roll my die.
Oh no.
Oh, random encounters?
As all of this is happening, you begin to have a little bit of a cough. And you notice these leafless trees around you that are smoldering, and there's a dull glow of arcane embers coming off of them. Everybody, you begin breathing in this air in the environment, and you can taste the foulness of it, and you realize that you need to start moving, or that massive thunderstorm, which seems to be chasing you, is going to catch you.
Move.
Can I make an Arcana check to see if this is a living entity?
Sure.
You didn't take us to hell again, did you?
No, welcome to the worst part of Jorhas. 15.
Right.
You were specifically told to never come here.
No, that just looks like the Blight Shore.
Oh, so it's just this horrible all the time.
In stories you've heard, yeah. So, Jethro throws the spear at the storm. No more spear.
No. I was
Look, it wasn't natural 20. You didn't kill
I thought
Storm.
you were pulling a Yanni for a second.
Dude, aim for the heart.
Question.
So-
After we teleport, what time of day is it now?
Yeah, the sky is completely purpled out with clouds. Good luck with that.
I try to activate the anchor.
Alrighty. You pull out your anchor, aiming it up into the sky, and yeah, the time zone doesn't seem to have worked that direction.
Oh, it's earlier. Fuck. Okay.
I wouldn't recommend going up into the sky at this point. Let's hustle.
I need all of you to give me dexterity saving throws as you see one arc of lightning that shatters into the ground and then starts weaving in and out of the ground, chasing after your group.
Do we want to just wait out this storm? Oh God.
No.
Let's get out of here.
This would be extremely fascinating if I wasn't scared for my life.
Right. Yanni, you know where to how to get away from something like that, right?
13 points of lightning damage to everyone other than Yanni and Tosha and Mirian.
You said 13?
13, yes.
Any chance people were in Bernie's aura?
Oh, yeah, never mind. All of you are successful except for Bernie.
All right.
As you are now wearing your new armor, and it's much more conductive, apparently. But now you all take off running. I need athletics checks from each of you.
I'm
Oh,
on
if it makes it
giant
easier,
genetics.
some of
Don't
us
fail me
can.
now.
If it makes it easier, some of us can go inside this damn ring.
Any chance we could do survival? Like how to survive a storm?
As soon as you have a moment to breathe, right now you have to outrun this fucking storm.
I don't think it's possible to
15.
literally outrun a storm.
Hey, don't worry about my fantasy setting. Alrighty,
Unless you're
Tosha and Jethro. As the two of you are beginning to fall behind a little bit, seeing everybody taking off, you end up trying to look around for safe places to go, letting your instincts and training take over and not realize that this environment does not abide by the rules of nature as it should. And you see that there's another streak of lightning that's coming specifically to the two of you, as everybody else is just booking it as fast as they can. I need another dex save from Jethro and Tosha.
It makes sense because my movement speed's at 25.
Oh,
Both
very
yeah.
good. No damage then. You see the same arc of lightning that lands about 15 feet behind you, shooting up the sand in a massive storm, and then starts weaving in and out, crashing over and over again. As it's about to plummet down right where the two of you are, you book it, slamming over to the side, tumbling, and continue running. Bernie, now that you're in the lead, you have 3 options of different areas to move into, looking around. You see in one area, there appears to be chunks of land lifting off of the ground, floating and rotating in weird forms. In another area, it seemingly is completely safe. And in the third area, there's this very light spectral fog across it. You're in the lead.
All right. The safe area probably isn't. That place looks weird. We'll go with the spectral fog.
Alrighty. So you end up taking off into that, and everybody else, do you want to split the party or follow after them? We'll go in
Follow
order
them.
of the next people in athletics. Next highest athletics was 18s, right? No. Yanni,
Yeah.
18.
You said safe, fog, and another storm.
Safe, fog, and chunks of earth that are lifting and rotating randomly. He moved into the fog.
Yeah. That... I can't do a survival check right now.
Well, you can use your turn to do that now, but you are going to get hit by the lightning on the next roll.
I have faith that Yanni can dodge.
Alrighty. You may attempt a survival check.
24.
You have no official training on the Blight Shore itself. You've never been here. You know a little bit about the terrain. You can guarantee the most dangerous place is going to be where it looks perfectly fucking safe. And as far as the fog goes, as Bernie's moving through it, you can see a portion of his armor becomes translucent, and you don't even see him underneath it on his back. And then you look over at the large chunks of rock, and though they lift into the air randomly, they also crash down to the ground, flipping on top of their sides. Meaning if you were stuck underneath that, you're buried. And you'll decide next turn where you're going. Next person up on the athletics. Mirian. Yanni stopped. Bernie's running through.
Yanni's gonna point towards the fucking side with mountains. At least you'll have cover.
Yeah, but the mountains are the most dangerous place.
Or go that way.
Ah, god damn it. Fuck. God damn it. I'm gonna go after Bernie and try to prestidigitation the fog away to keep him from turning invisible.
Oh, that's cute. Okay. You run in there. After that, the other two who are tracking behind, I now need another round of athletics from the two of you to catch up and then choose your destination. Ooh, 14's not very good.
I'm gonna have
Athletics
Jeff...
is my...
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You're actually talking.
To try to help catch up, Jethro's going to activate Giant's Might to get that advantage on strength checks, strength saving throws, which is, advantage.
Yeah.
Athletics. Yeah, so he just gets bigger and just starts stomping, and will probably maybe pick up Tulsha along the way if necessary.
Not high enough to be able to pick up Tulsha with you, but high enough
That's
to
fair.
choose which of the three terrains you're going towards. You see Yanni is pointing at the flipping piles of earth, and the other two ran into the fog.
Well, naturally, Jethro's going to go towards Yanni.
Alrighty. So you managed to get out, but Tulsha and Yanni, deck saves now. The last ones before you move into where you need to go. Tulsha,
11.
you no longer have that aura. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's another 13 lightning damage. Yanni, you dive out of the way into the chunks of earth. And then, Tulsha, you're the last one to choose your destination.
Follow Bernie and Miriam. Gotta stay in that paladin aura.
Love splitting the party.
I will use action to haste to catch up to them.
As you take
boy.
running off over towards them. You do notice, all of you, well, across your two groups, you do have high enough passives to take notice and heed of various different things. For the fog group, the lightning does seem to arc into the fog, but it seems to swirl around and land outside of the fog's area, like a boundary where it would lie. It's very strange when that is happening. The other group, the lightning does keep shooting through, but the chunks of earth are guarding and giving you suitable cover as you are moving through here. So we'll start with the first group in the fog cloud.
And Patry and the other two just went to the swamp. Because fuck it.
After you ran across the surface of the most dangerous area, didn't get touched.
So really hoping prestidigitation would do something and not nothing.
Now you need Gust for that.
Yeah. So, the three of you slow your pace after a little bit and realize that you're no longer being pelted by this persistent strike of lightning that seemed to sentiently follow after all of you for some strange reason. Instead now, moving through this fog and haze, you feel little bits of rain pelting down on top of you inside of it.
Oh no. Does this rain burn to the touch?
You hold your palm out and no. But you do notice that your palm becomes invisible to you after a few more pellets.
Oh, yay.
Question. When the rain hits our cloaks, does it become see-through and we see ourselves, or we can't see ourselves through it?
It's everything that the rain touches, and then everything through it becomes invisible.
Ah, okay. This might be a good thing to get our cloaks in this rain if it lasts.
Stay close, hold hands.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast dancing lights just so we know where each other are in the fog.
Okay. Bloop, bloop, bloop.
Can we still see tracks, our own tracks in the sand?
The fog seems a little too dense to see very far behind you, but with a prestidigitation, there's just barely enough. That's a great question. Let me see. At first, yes, but they're starting to fade.
Where's the others?
Went through the rocks.
Right.
We need to move through this before it gets worse.
Right. And I'm not sure exactly what this is, so I'll cast protection from poison on myself.
Very well.
Can I attempt to guide us out of here?
Give me a survival check.
We use session advantage.
Can I assist you, actually?
I'll take that instead.
If you're proficient, then yes, you may assist.
I actually am not proficient in survival.
So use that damn advantage.
$28.
We like 28. Moving through here, you're starting to no longer feel the rain as it is touching against each of you. Instead, you can only see and hear it as it touches against the ground, and the fog itself and rain seems to have added a very strange effect to you. However, you feel this weightlessness, and you start to strain, and as you do, like you're tightening your spine, you raise yourself upwards into the air. Of course, nobody can see, but by the looks of it, you're able to float right now and see everything around you. Looking around, there does seem to be a canyon that you are inside of through here. Sticking out from the canyon, however, there is this massive sword that has to be easily 200 feet long. And it's imbued into it as if the earth crushed it and restrained it within. You don't see the guard or the hilt or the pommel, but you definitely see that blade.
That's a big sword.
Would this roughly fit the size of one of those titans we saw up in Far Haram?
Oh, absolutely.
Is there any iconography on it? Any symbols that we can make out?
Well, you strain yourself and float a bit closer over towards it. Roll me a history check, Miriam.
Can I also do such?
You may.
That thing must be a blacksmith's Final Fantasy.
I
Seven.
hate you so much. 23, when they'll finally end the series. Anyways, Miriam. The blade itself does not have any clear-cut symbols upon it that you would recognize. However, they do have symbols on it that might have correlations. Presumably, this has to have been from an era before they were recording things consistently, or where the records were destroyed. The symbol upon the blade itself, where you can see it peeking out and where it's not blemished or destroyed, appears to be that of doves across it.
Can I do a religion check?
You may.
If it's a language, I can read it.
Doves are not a language, they are...
Or would historical knowledge come into play? Does this count as a ruin?
This does not count as a ruin, no.
Okay.
So 19, Bernie.
Yep.
What would 19 know?
Dang, the full structure's getting desperate. They're up to 19 now.
So, doves can represent a total of 6 things as far as any iconography has ever been concerned. Peace and harmony, divine or magical messengers, or a connection to nature and spirits. Throughout every history of religions that you've ever studied, you know that doves represent any of these 6 categories depending on what it would serve. But as for a specific correlation to a religion, you don't know.
Yeah, I'll just relay that. I have a feeling if this is something that is potentially from the calamity, then well, it seems to me it's probably more related to some kind of message, as a messenger of some kind. Just speculating, of course, but there's not really much we can do with it anyway at this point. So let's just focus on getting through here.
Alrighty.
Just for my own clarity, we were told the Blight Shore is where a lot of battles happened during the war, right?
Rumored. Yeah.
Okay.
Out of curiosity, detect magic. Is this thing still magical?
Oh, yes.
What's
but
coming off of it?
everything... Oh, wait. Actually, you need to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh.
Oh Lord!
You're in one of those places. You detect magic
22.
for a brief moment, and you're immediately hit with this slam of sensory overload as every single pellet of rain, the fog itself, everything in this area and terrain is magical. Even against yourself, you detect that there's new strange magics, and that blade is magical, and you immediately shut it off before you become overcharged with sensors. However, in that brief moment, you did detect that that sword had a tremendous amount of divine energy in it.
Okay, don't detect magic. That was a mistake. Everything here, even the rain, is magical. But that sword has a amazing amount of divine energy in it.
Right. I'll look at it for a moment, and I'll try to
Bernie,
use.
touch the sword.
I'll use detect thoughts.
Okay. There are no thoughts in your proximity.
All right.
Or thoughts.
Well, well, it doesn't seem like it's sentient, at least.
Okay, do we want to spend 10 minutes in the invisible fog to find out what this big giant sword is? Because I can do that.
Well, I mean,
Imagine it, Bernie, a holy avenger.
The holiest of Avengers.
right.
The city splitter.
That's quite a thing. But I am a bit concerned with our 2 other companions. I mean, they might be pancakes at this point.
True.
Have you seen Jethro? He doubled in size, teleported into an impenetrable box, and can put people in rings.
Right, but we also just were chased by a magical storm that seemed to want to chase us. Things here are unreliable, maybe, but yeah. Yeah, sure. Go and see if you can figure out what the sword is. Then I'll go back and see if I can't at least yell for them.
All right.
I think we're too far. Oh God, what is the only thing I can say is I think before you do that, it would be appropriate to offer a small prayer to those that have clearly felled and died in this area.
All right.
So
You're the religious ones.
as the two
More religious than me. I
As-
went to Catholic school.
as the three of you are doing what you do over here, we'll pan over to Jethro and Yanni. Jethro, Yanni, as the two of you are stepping into this terrain, you have to keep moving immediately, as the border of it, there appears to be these large funnels of gravitational pull and push that are happening, and it becomes so incredibly powerful that it even rips chunks of the earth up from the air, and you're jumping across them, leaping and bounding to get away from them as quickly as possible before they flip over and slam to the ground. Jethro, it's hard to conceive how this is a safe option, as you could be buried underneath tons of earth very quickly.
I mean, the nice thing about you saying that though is it's not safe for most people, but Yanni's dexterous and Jethro can fly.
I was gonna say, like, I'd rather see my enemy. Like,
So, as the two of you are leaping and bounding to get out of the immediate danger that you are in, you finally get to a, well, section of this area where you at least have a little bit of reprieve. You can land onto the ground and see where the chunks begin lifting and swishing and swirling and avoid them a bit more easily. Of course, you've completely lost where your allies were at this point in time, and looking behind you up towards the sky, you still have that purplish haze all across the terrain. It seems to be perpetual, but at least the lightning does not seem to be actively charging and chasing you through this new area.
we need to keep moving. Where's the sun?
There is not a sun that you can see. The entire sky, while you are inside of Cantor's Rest, is filled with a purple, hazy cloud.
Where are the mountains?
There are some mountains that you can... Ooh, wait. From where you are? Yeah, visibility doesn't see any mountains, but you do see that there is a ravine over to your left.
We need to get to the shore. I think the last thing, I guess, she's just lifting up her hand. Where's the wind coming from?
Lifting your hand, the wind seems to be coming from behind you. Wait, no, now it's coming from in front of you. Wait, nope, now it's coming from the side. Now it's coming from the front again. Now it's coming from behind again. This shit does not make sense.
Okay, last survival thing I know. Where does the clouds look? So you're saying it's all purple?
All purple as far as your eyes can see, filling the clouds, filling the sky.
It doesn't get like darker or lighter in parts?
It is darker where you saw those bolts of lightning coming from, but aside from that, it looks pretty inconsistent across all of it.
Okay. I guess there's no way of finding out direction here.
None that you can discern. I mean,
Yeah, no, like
Blightshore is pure chaos.
oh, then yeah, there's no point of moving. Like we don't know anywhere to go. Just stay somewhere safe.
So is that what you're going to do? Look for somewhere safe?
I guess, like, yeah, there's no point.
All right.
At that point, there's no reason to move.
Give
Like,
me
we
a
don't-
survival check.
Well, it's a 24 at least.
Let's see if you do better, though. You might do better. 24. Looking around over towards that canyon ridge nearby, you see that it does... Your ground level does gain some elevation towards it further across the direction that you were previously heading. And as you are moving over towards that, you do see that there's a massive protrusion on your side that you can kind of at least get a little bit of shelter from. Now, interestingly enough, right up against that ridge of the canyon, there doesn't seem to be any of these gravity funnels shooting or pushing out.
Just gonna look at Jethro. Which way do you want to go? I would say away from the storm, because usually a storm is formed from going up mountains, but
Anywhere you're going, I'm gonna go with. You know this.
I understand that. What I'm saying is I don't know any direction we're going in right now. If I knew where we were, I could point us in the right direction. Unfortunately, there's no water. The clouds stay the same. The wind doesn't go in a certain direction. There's no mountains I can see. She's just listing off every fucking survival thing. I guess I could check the soil to see if it rained, but it doesn't really matter. There's no discernible landmarks. I can't lead us somewhere if I don't know where we're going. Unless you can fly through those clouds up there without getting hit by the storm and tell me where the sun is.
I mean, that's quite a ways.
It's the only we don't really have too many options.
Yeah, because I think my movement speed's on. Actually, I think it is 60. Let me double check. It's part of the genie powers that I get at a certain warlock level. Where's that thing at? Elemental gift. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's only 30 feet.
Well, good thing we're not in combat, so movement barely matters.
I mean, if we need to go somewhere too, I can turn you into a like a gaseous form of sorts.
I think you should just save your spells. You could just fly up, can't you?
Alright, just stay safe. And
I'm now realizing the absolute worst duo to go with each other and break from the party.
Why is it the worst duo? Like we're both.
Well, because you can't survive in this terrain, so you don't know what to do, and he has abandonment issues or something. Just.
Just know where the sun is. She can orientate herself.
All
Like,
right.
I just need one thing.
Well, as you are you going to fly up, Jethro?
yeah.
All right, you fly up, getting over the ravine itself and looking up towards the sky and starting to float a little higher and higher to where you see the clouds are. Notably, right on the other side of this massive separation, it would appear that you're in one groove and there's another groove over yonder. There's rain coming down, and you notice over in that area the rain is coming from the clouds itself. And there's a lot of fog, just like where you saw everybody else run off to. But, of course, you don't see any of your allies over there. Continuing to ascend up towards the sky, Bernie looking at the sword, you see a flying Jethro heading straight up into the sky on the other side of the ravine.
Hey, Jethro! Down here!
Now, let's see if he hears you or not. Man with the duration between...
Dancing Lights is still up, so if they still
move in
are
any
being
direction, if you
shown,
move,
then
it
maybe
has
they-
nothing to do with. Let me raise the extra foot.
Oh, I use thaumaturgy to louden my voice. Sort of, if that's a word.
Alrighty. Your voice booms and echoes through everything, and Jethro, with your 29, you get a strange sensation like something's trying to communicate with you, but you don't hear anything. You don't see anything.
29.
Yeah. There are things at play. Just...
Yeah, so with that being said, like having that gut feeling, like he's not gonna think Bernie, he's gonna think Yanni, and he's gonna look back to try to find her. Is she? Can he still see her from where he's at, or no?
Yeah. I mean, more or less. I mean, you have very good sight, and it's fairly. You have dark vision, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, then you can
only
see
to
her.
a certain.
120 feet, I'm guessing.
I think it's less than that. But
60 feet?
vision.
Okay. You can make out the shape of an individual jumping off of rocks that are lifting up underneath their feet. Yeah, Bernie, he's looking around, but he doesn't seem to realize where you are or hear you.
I'll just keep calling so he might be able to at least use his hearing to sort of get a better sense of it.
Yeah.
Hey! Woo!
Kind of understanding that something's going on, Jethro is going to continue on his original mission, flying into the sky like Superman, and but also try to make sure he can try to still see Yanni, hopefully.
Yeah, he's gonna scream, if you see mountains or water, come down.
I'll start singing the Tal'Dorian national anthem.
All right. Now,
If there is
Jethro,
such a thing.
you hear Yanni. It is an echoous voice fairly easily. Bernie and everybody on the other side, you hear Yanni, no problem.
You hear? Yanni!
And I guess Jethro, like nodding affirmative, will continue to look for not landmines, landscapes, landmarks for Yanni.
Seeing Bernie yell at Jethro and him seeming to ignore him, am I getting Anton vibes from this?
I don't know, are you?
Of they just can't perceive what's happening.
I mean,
This might be the
guys-
safest place against the guy who can see everything within 5 miles.
My answer will be the same. Are you? What vibes are you getting from this?
A little bit.
All right.
Marion, how much longer on your spell?
DM, how much longer on my spell?
Yeah, a couple minutes.
Couple minutes.
All right. Jethro, as you are flying higher and higher, I need you to roll me a d6 as you are about to break into the purple clouds.
we love twos.
Damn. I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw as you pass through some of the clouds, and you see right above that surface of all the clouds, there is this amalgamation of inconceivable amounts of magic rolling and rippling through as far as your eyes can see up inside of it. 24. The surface of the cloud itself stings your skin as you pass through it, and you only take 7 points of acid damage immediately, but looking inside, it looks like whenever somebody casts a very powerful spell, but continuously happening everywhere all at once, all through this entire area. Do you wish to keep going?
Jethro wants to. So you said there's an amalgamation of magic that he sees or something?
There is. It looks like incredibly powerful magics being perpetually cast all at the same time, everywhere as far as your eyes can see.
So Jethro doesn't know this will work. He's not a magic man per se. I don't know if I need to get closer for this. but Jethro wants to approach the what looks like maybe the core, or like if it was like a train track, one of the tracks, and he wants to cast Dispel Magic to try to break the infinite loop.
Okay. As you see all of these magics happening in here, I have a list of every wizard spell that is known to man. Let me get
Wait,
that
what?
up.
It's about to counter you dispel magic.
Dispel life.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's basically because he's gonna stop flying. Like,
This
That'd
will
be-
player character.
All
yeah. Joey's like, absolutely not.
Roll me a d9. Let's see what level of a spell you get.
Oh fuck.
Okay, D9.
Yep.
Don't worry, it's not 10th level, so you're still alive.
Oh, you got off so easy. Alrighty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
I rolled another one just to see what the second one would be if I did go.
Also getting off easy. Perfectly fine. Roll me a d32.
Ah, that is so specific.
There's 32 first level spells.
You're gonna get hit with Identify.
I'm gonna learn one of these spells, and that'd be hilarious if I got hit by Identify.
14. All right, let me start counting down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
On the last three, can you start naming what they were so we can write?
No. As you are moving through here, you are hit with this jolt of energy that courses through you, and you feel, a little faster now all of a sudden. You are under the effects of the Expeditious Retreat spell.
H is 14 spells down?
E is, yeah.
Oh, E. I don't know why it's
Expeditious Retreat.
Am I close enough to cast that Dispel Magic, or was that like?
Oh
the
no,
result of
you're
it?
all right. So let me just paint a clearer picture for you. This purple haze stretches from Incanter's Rest all the way to New Haxon. The rough distance is about the same as New York City to the south of Maryland.
So what you're saying is possible.
What I'm saying is you're going to be in here a long fucking time if you're looking for the core. However, you can roll an investigation. Let's see if you notice anything up in here.
Try driving from one side of Pennsylvania to the other. Try that.
I mean, just a reminder too. One thing I mentioned was I did want to try to find like if this looks like an infinite loop of magic, I want to try to break off part of the loop to see.
All right. Well, this is your next turn up in here. Looking around, you don't see any rhyme or reason to any of this that is happening, and you start moving further inside. I need you to roll me another d9.
Oh God.
Don't worry, you move faster now with Expeditious Retreat. You'll get out.
Oh, yeah,
soon.
that's great. Oh, only a 6th
Uh-oh.
level. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14,
Summon greater
16,
demon.
17, 18, 19.
He's gonna fall to the ground.
All right, now I need a d37.
There's 37.
Oh
Wow.
no. Oh no.
We're hoping for summon greater demon. I just want to see like something fall out of the sky.
Oh, that's pretty late.
23. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Was it-
10,
no
11, 12,
22.
13, 14,
I
15,
swear to God.
16,
if
17,
it's
18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
mental prison, you're fucked.
Oh, no.
What is it?
Otto's irresistible dance.
No.
What?
You need to give me an intelligence saving throw.
Is it actually mental prison?
It's Feeble Mind, isn't it?
No, that's not 6th level. It's 9. 22.
Oh, thank God. You are successful on that one. As you are hit with another rippling effect, this one seems to strike in through your eyes, go down your spine, and moves and coalesces over your brain. And, of course, is this half damage? On a failed save, the target takes... Oh. Okay. You will suffer 27 points of psychic damage on a successful save, and you felt this thing, it almost completely shattered your perception of reality.
Wait, was this the same one that killed John?
No, what
No.
killed John was Psychic Scream, a
Yeah,
negligible
that's
spell.
9.2.
I recognize that dicing. I have this spell. It's Mental Prison.
Are you going to keep going?
How far away am I from whatever I'm looking for?
You have... Oh, well, if you're flying what you perceive as straight up, by the looks of it, another couple hundred feet.
God damn it.
Don't worry, you got Expeditious Retreat. That's 60 extra feet.
Yeah, just 3 more rounds of pure chaos. Your call.
God damn it.
With dashing?
Yeah, it's 60. 30, 90. So 3 more rounds, a few hundred feet, yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna do one more investigation check to see if I can spot something.
Oh my god, dude, you're gonna die.
And then if I don't see anything, then Jethro's gonna head back.
Go ahead, one
I
more.
swear to God, if you roll Power Word Kill, I'm gonna lose my shit.
You don't perceive anything. D9.
Oh, I thought I got a action. That was my action. I thought I had the bonus action, Expeditious Retreat, and then. God damn it.
Oh,
Oh no!
it's not Power Word Kill. It's not Power Word Kill, and there's a lot of
done.
there's a lot of good
Powered
things in 8.
Stun is another one. That's 8th level. That's a kill. That's literally death.
Roll me... You do have Expeditious Retreat, and you're only 2 rounds in there, so you can feasibly get out of here before anything. You see there's another ripple of magic moving towards you, and yeah, fuck that. You get out of there as whatever that spell was looked more powerful than any spell you've seen cast by any of your allies.
I
mean,
know what that spell was gonna be.
then you have to accept the spell.
Dude,
Wow, that's
Fuck
mean.
it.
Which one do you want?
Why?
Curiosity killed the warlock.
It could also be a buff.
It could be.
Yeah. Pray for Draconic Transformation. Wait, that's 7th.
Let's go.
Is it D21?
let's do it.
3, 4, 5.
What's the
Yeah,
first 8th level spell in the book?
I think it's 24 8th level spells.
Either way, he's the first. He got a 1.
Constitution saving throw. You're not a construct or undead, are you?
Not that you know of.
Okay. Okay, so only half damage.
Constitution, 8th level spell. That's a lot.
As you are moving out, you watch as this bolt of energy strikes out, and before it collides with you here, it separates into this round, or this very large cube, perfectly shaped, and then you feel the moisture draining from the environment and yourself. That is going to be 48 points of necrotic damage, halved down to 24 because you are successful.
My mustache.
And then
Yeah.
all the moisture from your mustache and hair. Horrible.
Your mustache falls off.
Oh, I know that spell. It's the one that requires a piece of sponge.
It's a wilting one.
Yeah. No, I know what I like to think is his regular hair is moisture sucked out. The mustache is fine because of how much grooming he does for it.
So,
Wait, so does that mean you kept going up then if you took the spell? Like, did you?
No. I was curious, took the spell, and I'm getting the fuck out.
yeah, he saw something coming and went, ooh, what is that? Like every stupid, curious white person in every horror movie ever.
I mean, Jethro's not stupid.
But he is a curious white guy.
You hit the only spell in necromancy that starts with an A.
Yeah, it was a good one. So, as you descend downwards, Bernie, you see him moving out from the clouds on that other side, and he looks pretty fucked up after moving in there for just a few moments, and he seems to be lowering down towards the ground.
All right, I'll start running over to where I think he might be descending.
Alrighty. Well, you
trying to get in that direction.
fly up over the ravine's edge, over to the other side, and then downwards. And as that is happening, I need you to roll me a D100.
Be glad you didn't roll an 11. I think that would have been like feeble mind.
39. Oh, that beats the DC. As you are flying down towards all of them, Jethro, you're descending down after moving into that fuck no cloud, and from the side of the edge of this ravine, you see that Bernie seems to be materializing in the air and moving down to the ground, and then you start moving a lot faster, Bernie, as you now realize, holy shit, I can be seen. I'm physical again, and you begin falling to the ground just by a couple of feet, though.
All right.
That is going to be 4 points of bludgeoning damage as you fall.
All right.
Yanni, you look over and you see Jethro descending down, and then Bernie kind of just like materialized over the edge and fell.
It's
God damn it.
raining man.
Are you okay? What?
Ah,
Why the hell did you guys run somewhere else?
Because you don't go into unknown magic. It's like,
Says the person who went into a minefield of floating rocks.
you see what you're fighting. I'm not gonna. She steps to the side as something falls.
Just-
yeah. Speaking of going into unknown magic, that cloud has got some bullshit.
Did you see the sun or water
No.
or mountain?
Right. Well, I suggest the two of you come with at least, so we're together to face whatever we're up against.
When you went in that fog, you started to disappear.
Well, it turns you invisible, it seems like.
Is that all it does?
As far as we know, yes. But we found a big, colossal sword that seems to have some divine connection.
Do we know if that's towards New Haxon?
No, we don't.
Look, we need to know what direction we're going in.
Right?
think
But
we're
first and
traveling
foremost,
in-
we need to stay together.
It could be going. I guess what I'm saying is that could be the wrong direction. We need to know where we're going. That's why
It
Jeffro
Could
flew up.
be, but we don't know anything yet. And we have to just make a choice and go in one direction and then take it from there to see if we can get our bearings. Once we get to somewhere that's a bit more, normal.
Well, if
hopefully.
we need somewhere that's I don't know about normal, but at least has a higher view, points at the mountain, I think that was mentioned earlier.
ravine. You can't see the mountains. The mountains are the Penumbra Range. There's this massive ravine that separates you both from either side that you were on. Yes. That's the
Never mind.
ravine that he flew up over and then fell.
Well, while I was up there, did I see any like direction of New Haxton or whatever? Or
No, you didn't, unfortunately. You just saw that it was leading in a forward direction. It's just, what's behind you and what's in front of you looked safer. But one thing I will say is after getting hit with that spell, you're going to have to drink your water skin. You are so thirsty. There's no moisture. You're out of water. Okay, Jethro?
Jethro, yeah, that's fine. No, Jethro's just like he just begins like after like a race or whatever, track meet, whatever, like all that kind of stuff. He's just downing his water skin right now in front of you after speaking.
Right. Well, I'm going back to my siblings at least.
Alrighty.
And then I turn and start heading back.
You get over to that large rock, and now I need you to give me a athletics check to scale it. Okay. That's pretty good. You're starting to climb it, and you're getting good distance and reach heading up it. At least this ravine seems to have a lot of chunks ripped out of it, which is great for grabbing onto sections of it and moving upwards. A couple of times the rock does loosen and fall, but then you keep going. What are the other two of you doing?
I guess we better follow then. He's right about this. We should stick together, especially in.
I think
An
that's right. I
environment
don't
is-
think it's right to go into an unknown magic and just that we're not going to walk off with nothing wrong with us.
I mean, I don't agree with it either, especially since I literally just went into an unknown magic and got pretty fucked up. But he is right that we should stick together, and at least whatever happens in there, well, I'm sure we can handle it together as long as we're together. Safety in numbers, after all.
I don't think numbers matters here.
I don't know. I mean, if you roll high enough on the dice of life,
You die.
Joe, there's nothing I see. Like,
Nothing that you've seen from your position in here. You've traveled for about 10 minutes through it, and you haven't.
okay,
There's the
Fuck,
lightning
we're doing
storm
some-
behind you. There's more openness to the side of you, and then there's this ravine and forward.
I'm just doing
That's-
something drastic then. I'm getting on one of the floating boulders.
Okay.
I'm just going to try to get as high up as possible to get a view and see where
Well,
water is.
the-
She just needs to see water or mountain.
The boulders do not go higher than the ravine itself.
What do you mean? A ravine's like a canyon, like it's inwards.
Yeah, so you're down inside of that. The edge of the ravine that Bernie is currently scaling upwards, that is much higher than these chunks of rocks float. If you want to
Okay.
get a bird's eye view.
Guess I'll just climb up. I'm not going in the fog though. But just
Yeah, no, there's a huge
first.
separation.
Like,
There's a huge separation over there. Give me an athletics check.
I don't need to. I got gloves of climbing.
Oh, never mind. You're good.
I was gonna say, if necessary, Jethro is just gonna fly up and princess style carry her up to where she needs to go.
You didn't offer Bernie that. Anyways, as you are scaling up here, moving very solidly, Bernie all the way up, you just watch as, well, Yanni boop, 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 all the way to the top.
Right. Slow and steady wins the race.
I agree. Jethro says as he's just kind of
As he
floating.
floats.
Floating at the same pace you're climbing. Yeah, Yanni's gonna go. Said she's gonna scout that other side away from the fog that she's really suspicious about. I don't feel like leaving her alone in this dangerous place, so I'm gonna assist her with that. But we'll try to stick close, all right?
Right. Well, the two of you just do whatever you want then, I suppose. And yeah. And you can tell.
I feel like you're trying to guilt me into something now.
trying to guilt you into anything. But I was when we first met, you told me that, well, you were a military person, right? And we're supposed to operate as a kind of unit here.
Indeed.
Right.
And that's what I did think that too. And then I found this is not so much a military unit or outfit as it is a group of adventurers and party and to be frank, an adventuring party, which I've also had experience with, and I know things can get crazy as they are now.
Sure. But if you and Yanni want to go off and do whatever you want with those boulders, then fine. I guess the others and I will go over here at least. So far, we haven't died yet, so.
Well, you say that, but I don't know if you saw me. I just came out of a giant cloud span of magic.
Right,
and
one that
I-
you flew into intentionally.
To find landmarks, to, get out direction, yes.
Right.
So,
Well, I'm not going to force you to do anything, so.
And I'm not gonna force you to do anything either. I'm just letting you know that we're. Sorry, I just got a package. I'm just
Yanni's
letting you
just gonna
know.
speak up. Like, we need to find landmarks. Fog is very counterintuitive.
So,
Even that sword's not on the map.
Right. Well, first let's just gather everyone in one place. Okay. How about that? Start there, and then from there we can work our way somewhere together.
Get them out of the fog. That's what she's gonna say. Like,
so your identify goes off, Mirian.
Okay.
Zephyr's Embrace.
Zaphir's
No.
embrace or Zahir's?
Zephyr's Embrace.
Oh,
Zephyr.
Zephyr's.
Yeah. This ancient sword bears delicate engravings of doves on its silvery blade. It is said to have been a gift from a forgotten goddess to a brave titan who wished to defend the skies against the greatest evils that plague the land. The sword has the ability, when swung by the bearer of it, to create large gusts of wind that can completely snuff out any clouds or fog in an area.
Wow. Question. I'm gonna assume it's attunable. Is it restricted to Titans?
Yes.
Ah. Okay.
It is a Titan colossal sword.
So you're saying a thief can wield it?
A thief with a high enough strength score can.
What about someone who's good with giant stuff?
Someone who's good with giant stuff with a high enough strength score.
I mean, it's also a magic weapon. I assume it resizes like most magic weapons.
It is designed specifically for Titans to be wielded.
So it's not gonna shrink that much, if at all. Okay.
Well, Titans vary in height by, about 50, 60 feet. It's like some humans are 5'5", some humans are 6'8", you know?
Fair enough.
DM, would I know about the Arashari, the city Zephyra?
You weren't really a part of the political scheming, and your home city had very little to do with any outsiders other than,
Gotcha.
But anyways, now that you've climbed up onto the ledge, you look down and, well, you still don't see your family, Bernie.
Right, well, I'll start at least heading in the direction I feel like the sword is.
Oh, no, you see the sword. That's a physical landmark there.
Right, yeah. Well, then I'll head over there and start calling out for them.
Hey, Mirian, there's Bernie.
Oh.
Guys,
All right, so let's meet him halfway.
Yeah.
where are you? I can't see you.
My inner Lily senses tingling.
Well,
Finishing and offering that prayer to clearly the Titan that died wielding this, and to the forgotten goddess.
so, you finish that up. The two of you, everything you say, Bernie doesn't seem to be able to hear you at all. Even though you're right in front of his face.
Can I try to put my hand on his shoulder?
Bernie, oh, you got the chills. Oh, shit, that is a weird sensation on your shoulder.
I'm gonna take my scarf and try to tie it around his horns together.
It passes through him.
Oh.
Bernie being attacked by ghosts.
Bernie, what were you saying?
I'll use my divine sense.
These grounds are consecrated. That's it.
So, ghosts. But not quite.
I have the spell etherealness. can I make the logical assumption that we're on the ethereal plane?
Yeah.
Oh, we're on the ethereal plane, Marion.
Does message work on the ethereal plane?
Yes, because technically they overlap.
I'm gonna cast message to Bernie. We're right next to you. Guide us out.
Okay. Right. Yeah, I'll start leading back to the
Alright.
top of the ravine, sort of.
Boop, 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 boop. You climb, the others float, and after a period of time of being on the edge, no longer in the cloud or the rain, both of you stop being ethereal and come back to the material realm. Yanni, from up here, now you may roll me a perception check. Let's see how high you roll. 29. From up here, it would appear that this, to the other side of this large separation that you had from the other group, that their expanse goes on for a short period of time before moving into more rich-looking sand. The sand seems like it's more heavily watered than the other sands you've encountered anywhere else so far. You don't see any bodies of water, but you do see on the other side of this mist and fog that there is at least water in rich sands.
That's east. If you go through the fog, she's going to point down. That's south. We have to go south.
Yeah.
All right, good.
If you all would please, you can walk across the edge of the ravine
Yes.
as it separates the two sides.
What did you find out about the sword thing? Miriam?
I'm sorry, I was reading something. What was that?
What did you find out about the sword?
Ah. Well, apparently, it is referred to Zephyr's Embrace, and it was given to a Titan by a forgotten goddess. It's a powerful sword that swings, can erase the clouds and fog in an area. Unfortunately, it is restricted to Titans. So,
well, yeah, I could tell that much, sort of.
Don't magic weapons usually resize themselves? Oh wait, no, I'm not there. I don't think.
No, you're all on the ravine. On the edge of
ordinarily,
it,
yes. But when magic items are crafted with a race in mind, there's a limit of how much they can change.
So there's magic items that are specifically racist.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Have you heard of, like, Lance of Dragon Slaying and arrows of human killing and such?
That makes sense, but those are specifically to kill those magical and or regular creatures and people.
Well, isn't
Rather
that
than
more
being killed by
racist
itself.
than only being able to be used by Iron?
Time for another one of Bernie's legendary ethical conversations.
Well,
What is more racist? Only we can use this, or it's made to kill you?
I mean, belts require you to kill a giant of a certain race and use their organs to make a belt out of them.
True.
A lot of our magic items are created from killing very specific creatures.
Yes.
So it's official. Wizards are the Nazis.
Why? Why would you?
And this show's demonetized.
No, Joey. More specifically, Zemnian wizards are Nazis.
Fair. Yeah.
Every other wizards are KGB.
Fair.
I thought rogues were the Nazis because they have expertise in stealth.
Oh, I get it.
Not
That's a thinker.
That's a
Oh,
thing.
not
I don't
seas.
do that. I don't think. So.
Well, all right. Well, then we have a good bearing, I suppose. I don't think we can do anything with that sword. It's probably good to know
Good
about,
point
but
of reference if we ever want to come back here.
Good to know
sure.
about if we ever raise a Titan.
I mean, that's definitely some sort of landmark on this. Do we have a map?
Of the Blight Shore? No, he didn't have a map.
I've been sketching out what we've come across as we've traveled.
Mm.
Remember,
By the way,
I'm
let me
a
yeah.
cartographer.
Let me just pull out this thing and I'll start looking at the magic map as well, just to see if we pass by any like secret
Didn't Kurt take that with him?
entrances or something.
No, he did not.
No.
So there are no secret entrances, but you do see the two ravines, or the two sides of the ravine that have been separated by this wall that you were walking on.
Right.
I half expected to go Air 404, too much magic.
No. So you all have the knowledge that at least you can start traveling. Well, you guys are in Incanter's Rest, and your goal is New Haxon, correct?
Yes.
So southwards, southeastwards. Traveling down the edge of this ravine as far as you can, you end up coming to a point where it does teeter out and then break apart, but then it appears to be much more open sands that you are moving onto. There's no immediate discernible threat of danger or anything like that, but again, there was that third option that looked completely safe to you all.
We just see Patchy running across it, and there's just like explosions. It's a minefield.
There's a giant monster chasing her, but it's like out of breath because it can't catch her.
They've got an aggro train of monsters behind her. Just
Don't worry, guys, I got him. Oh, good.
I just might fast forward several, let's call it days later, in the Empire. Huh? You know why we're here, Bub? I don't know. Hey, what's that in the distance? Looks like someone's running. What's that behind him?
Mm-hmm. So,
Oh my god!
climbing down the ravine into the seemingly safe area, as you now are left with only 3 options. Move back into the gravity area into the safe area, move down into the foggy area into the safe area, or experiment with the safe area.
So, well, now that we're all together, let's catch our bearings, and hopefully this is as safe an area as it looks.
Who's the first one to step on it?
Jethro's,
I stopped Jethro seeing him hurt. Don't you do it. Don't you do
I
it.
have blind sense. Do I feel or see anything in the safe area?
What's the range of that? Because you're still up top. You're about to go down.
Let me see. I think it's like 10 feet. Let me make sure.
10 feet. Nothing on the edge of the ravine that you were standing at, but if you want to be the first one down there, you would know if there's anything down there.
We have to go in that direction. All paths lead us in here anyways. I can go first.
Okay.
I have an idea first. Just, classic adventuring party thing. Jethro's going to pick up a nearby rock and throw it
Okay.
and see if that does anything down there.
The rock moves and slaps right into sand. And then it's just there in the sand. It does not move. It does not get eaten immediately.
Immediately. Oh no, the sand's eating it.
The rock seems to exist on the sand.
well, I have a bad feeling about this
Oh,
area.
wait. Well, if it's a type of quicksand, water walk should keep us safe for a bit. Mike can cast it again if you give me 10 minutes.
Or we can go through the mist.
Well, this is past the mist.
Didn't we? Wasn't it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, you've traveled as far southwards as you can, and
Oh,
now
okay.
it's to continue southwards. You enter into the open area that looks
Right.
safe.
Yeah. No, I thought we still had like option on the side. All right.
And
Yeah,
also,
the
if-
option is
if
to
we-
head back into the areas to then enter into this area.
Yeah.
All paths lead here.
I don't know if I'm misremembering some of the facts from my childhood education, but I heard that there's like these magical gorillas in the mist.
So, Yanni, are you first?
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
Okay. Heading down there. Your first step onto the sands with your blind sight, you don't sense anything immediately underneath you or anything within close proximity to you. In fact, it seems, well, fairly empty. Then you start traveling across, and periodically you do come across the very small tunnel that might have been burrowed through by creatures that are maybe a little bit larger than a groundhog, but not tremendously so. Nothing that you yourself would be terrified of. Several paces out, several paces back. Yanni, seems fairly safe. You don't detect anything. You don't see anything that looks malicious in the open area.
is there any noise?
The hollow sound of wind that is chaotic.
She's gonna wave everyone down. She's not saying anything. She's gonna put a finger to her lips, like shh, like to not make noise.
So are we stealthying?
And
She's gonna be stealthy, like.
I'm gonna give Jethro a tap on the shoulder and heal him for 40 hit points. And then I'll heal myself.
Alrighty.
I'll stealth it up.
Stealthy?
Stealthy.
Then y'all make your stealthy checks.
Try to stay like 30 feet ahead, just because line sense is probably our best friend here.
I temporarily stepped away from my computer, but I got my headset on. Can someone roll stealth for me? It should be regular straight roll because I've got mithril armor.
Okay, I got your character sheet. I'll roll it. This is Jethro's stealth. 11.
I will speak the word almighty to get my armor off.
Shove it in the bag of holding.
No, well, I'll keep it like in my hands.
Okay.
Just a regular bag.
So you're just holding on to it, Yeah, I guess heavy armor could collapse into itself to like be a giant bundle. It will take up your entire arm, but at least you don't have disadvantage on stealth.
Yeah.
And it's only an action to get it back.
Yeah.
21.
21 because not disadvantage.
Yeah.
So what do we
A
have?
pal with
11,
good
24, 11, 21. We're missing Yanni's.
Oh, I was gonna do it separately since she's way ahead.
Oh, good point. So the group's average comes out to 17. Yanni,
It's 35. I mean 25, no matter what. Yeah.
25 then.
Does it help that I had a natural 20 on?
You know what? For you, no matter what, you are successful. Even if everyone else failed.
This is never going to happen again.
No.
So 17 for everybody else. As you were traveling through the landscape, you start to notice, Yanni, that there's a couple of more very shallow holes periodically that have been covered up through loose sand over the era. And based off of how spread apart they are, you're guessing that these holes would be pittons for tents that people have set up out here. No longer here, of course. And as you pass by, you start to notice that underneath the sands as well, there's quite a few very dead bodies down there. All of them are skeletal in nature. Most of them are armored. Most of them have weapons. You can't tell any grade of armor or weaponry, but you can tell that they're down there. Who's breathing very heavily into their mic? But nothing that seems to be moving or dangerous as you are passing through. Continuing on this way, you finally see what appears to be light up ahead. Over towards what is the east to all of you, the edge of this large purple perpetual cloud that is out here. It's just sunlight out there. It's warm. It's reassuring. And looking over at that, you also can discern that there appears to be a very well put together, sturdy, but damaged wall. Military grade wall that would be meant to stave off things like massive sieges. Though out here, you're not sure what would be sieging you, and, well, you're glad that they have that. As you all are approaching over towards what you can only presume is New Haxon, we're going to take our break, and when we come back, you all make it to the city. And we're back. Y'all know what to do. Y'all should do it. Do the do you do boo boo. Do. Where's that song? There we go. You all have arrived at the city of New Hoxton. The massive walls and garrison they have here allow you to know instantaneously that this is a heavily militarized city and terraformed location. However, beneath all of that, as you are approaching closer, you see that it's not just military members watching the walls. Perhaps volunteers, militia, many different individuals that have symbols and iconography to different organizations, religious services, cults. Everybody seems to work together here in order to survive the chaotic and inhospitable landscape that is, in fact, the Blight Shore. As you all arrive over here, you begin walking closer towards one of the openings in the garrison, a large area that, well, it looks like the doors could be open for individuals to wander inside, but as all of you are approaching, you see that there's some guards standing up on top of the massive walls, looking down at each of you curiously. Oi! Oi! Oi!
Oi!
Oi!
Boy,
Oi!
What voyage you coming back from?
Our own?
How many dead?
Not yet.
Well, I suppose technically 3.
If you don't know where they are, they're dead. Did you all get a pass?
no.
Pass.
Right, a pass to leave.
Oh yeah. But we don't need one to return, right?
Not if it was on one of the people that died. Was it?
No.
Bernie, you told them to hold on to it because they were supposed to be watching our backs, and they got eaten.
Right. Yeah, sorry about that.
Deception.
You know, things happen out there.
He got hit in the head with some rocks.
I got hit with a purple cloud.
Yeah, that does happen. Roll me a deception check, Bernie. Yeah. Oh, shit,
Is
yeah.
it
Do I get
with advantage? Because
Yeah, everyone's helping you. God damn it,
Dude,
Bernie,
that
lie. Just
For once in your life, Paladin, lie!
Dear God, man!
perfect. No proficiency.
I'm not comfortable lying.
Yes! His insight failed. Oh, alright, yeah, that happens a lot, actually. We're gonna let you all inside. Just hold there, we gotta see if you have any, mind worms or anything like that on you.
No.
Yep. So the doors do open up, and you see about 12 different New Hoxton soldiers stepping out towards you. And these individuals look pretty rugged, pretty tough. Majority of them are humans, and there's a couple of Dragonborns in there, and one halfling who seems to be eyeing you up in particular, Mirian. Just glaring.
Do I get the expression he doesn't like giants?
Perhaps. But as they come out, they walk around you all, and one of them comes out with their detect magic, starts looking at you all. They detect all of the magic on your persons, obviously. Right. Are any of you experiencing weird, strange voices in your head? Foreign to those that may have already been there previously to your expedition.
No.
All right.
no new ones, no.
And I'll
No, no
telepathically
ones.
say to him, "Are you?"
That's a clever joke. Clever joke. He has detect magic up. He can like.
Sorry, I just would have laughed so hard if, like, the moment that happened, one of the other guards tackled him. And it's like, he's infected. Take him.
I mean, if he's infected, he would have been killed on the spot. But it's just one guard comes up, yeet, and just dead.
Hello,
Alright.
while we were replacing the former guy, mind warps.
Alrighty. Are there any claims of goods that you have found out there that you wish to have under protection decal for your return?
Yeah, I suppose maybe.
What goods would you like to have registered with us?
Oh, you mean that we? Oh, well, we weren't able to bring them back.
Oh, never mind then. Finders keepers, but you got to keep it.
Right. I thought you thought you meant like if we could stake a claim somewhere and register it here.
Oh, no. If you don't take it out of there, it's anybody's who goes out there and gets it. Why? Did you discover something?
No.
Very well. Are there any family members to the deceased that live in the city that we should hide the fact that they are dead to, or maybe let them be alerted to?
You would hide the fact?
Some people request that, yeah.
Not that we know
Somebody
of.
got murdered. Those people murdered those people.
You never know. So, the morally gray society, guys. Alrighty. Well, everything seems to check out with all of you. He taps on your spear that you have, Jethro. That is quite the specimen you got there. Congratulations on that one.
Thank you.
Yep.
Recently acquired and all that.
Yeah. Hey, at least you found something useful. These deaths have to be worth something, right?
Right.
Alrighty. They're all clear. No mind worms. They're good. And you all enter inside of the city. The first thing you notice is that the sands have a vibrancy behind these walls that are unlike all the other sands that you've seen across the Blight Shore so far. It appears that whatever's in the air that is rolling in the chaotic magics that push across it is what makes it look so dull and petrified, where the sand in here looks a bit more lively, if that's a way that you can describe sand. Colorful. As you are walking through, the buildings on the inside are all stone-worked buildings with wooden trimmings, and they all seem very well put together. No, Rainbow Sands are on a different continent. We'll get there eventually. That's more of an experimental ooh-woo phase. Anyways. Looking at this beautiful construct, all of the buildings look, I mean, relatively new in nature. Maybe 100, 200 years or so. Considering its name of New Haxon, you have to presume there was an old Haxon. Moving through this checkpoint and all of you walking past the guards who just completely ignore you, you see other bands of adventurers getting together to head out into the Blight Shores to find whatever treasures they can have and seek. You also see that in the center of this massive stronghold and garrison they have is this tall standing tower, roughly about 400 feet tall, and on the outside it has these lights on all sides of it in a perfect circle, and you can see that there is no glass to protect anybody on the inside, but a vigilance tower to look at everything in this area. It's beautifully constructed and far older than everything else in this city.
Looking at it, is it old and it's not considered a ruin, is it?
No.
Okay.
It is old, though, but incredibly well put together.
Some of the iconography of religions, cults, and organizations who were walking in, did I recognize any of them?
Lots. There are
Is it a-
people who are wearing symbols to Vecna. There are people wearing symbols to the Lawbearer. There are people wearing symbols to Zahir. All religions seem to be more publicly accepted in this landscape. You notice there are Zemnian soldiers and everything around here.
Seeing this, I looked at Bernie. First thing we're doing for you, we're taking you to read the law so you don't accidentally break one.
Do we get the vibe that it's kind of, if you can live here, you're welcome here kind of city?
Yeah. It's one of those inhospitable natures where y'all have to work together to stay alive as a community. We ain't raiders around here, boy. First law broken. But yes, as you're walking through, you hear a handful of different panhandlers who are trying to get panhandlers who are trying to get some free coin. You hear that there is marketers who are yelling and shouting about the latest news from these various different locations. There's people hawking wares out in the open streets, and no real organization. There are some buildings that look like they are perpetual buildings and places to sell things, but a lot of the wares are just being sold out in the open from people that look just like all of you, adventurers who went out, found things, and looking to get rid of them. As you're passing by, somebody holds up a bean. You want this bean? It's a magic bean. You want it? It's a magic bean. Only 500 gold.
I don't know. It's magic.
It's a magic
Eat it.
bean.
Prove it's magic. Eat it.
Give me 500 gold. I'll eat it.
No.
Screw you. All right, anybody with magic bean? And they just keep going around trying to hawk it around.
I once had one of those.
Did it taste good?
Did you eat it?
I'm not sure exactly what happened to it. I think I may have lost it somewhere in the, Feywild.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Good times. Good times.
Oh, yeah.
He buried it in for a while. Yeah.
Okay,
Anyway,
look around for an inn.
look for an inn. Sure. Roll me an investigation roll. Let's see if you find an inn nearby. $12. They must not have inns.
Weird.
Yeah, it's labeled over there, Jethro. It says inn. But
It's just misspelled. It says INN, it's IN.
yeah. Yeah,
Jethro-
inn.
Yeah, one of the ends fell off. Jethro is like gonna grab Tosh by the shoulders because she's facing the wrong way, and then just physically turn her.
Ah, thank you.
Right, yeah, let's go there first and have a... We need to figure out exactly how we're going about this.
All right. As you all are making your way over there, there's all forms of unique people here. And then there's this very old-looking human man who, his eyes are whited out with this huge, scraggly beard, completely unkept, who starts walking around and goes, "The saviors are upon us! The saviors are upon us! Saviors can keep us safe!" And he'll walk right up to you, Miriam, and grab your hand. "Have you accepted the saviors?"
I'm gonna check to see if I'm getting pickpocketed.
Sure, roll a perception check.
You look over, it's Patry.
The same, basically.
Yeah, go for it.
No.
Miriam, this man is creepy. Bernie, 15, this man is creepy.
I'll do perception as well because
Two
I-
people engage in a check at a time.
oh,
Persuasion roll. All right, what are you persuading?
Jethro wants to try to learn, like, see, what does this guy know about these quote-unquote saviors and stuff?
So what do you say? This
I-
isn't Boulder Gate. You don't just click the option and get to do it. You got to role play.
You mentioned saviors. Can you tell me more about them? This is the first I've heard of them.
Oh, the saviors, yes, the saviors. And he like reaches up and like slaps you on the face and then touches your mustache. Magnificent.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, the saviors, they descend upon us from foreign realms. They're here to save the realms from impending doom, liches, and horrible evils. The worlds will be consumed without them. They're upon us. They're upon us. And he just starts wandering away, waving his hands wildly.
Yeah, they're upon us. Have a good day. They're upon us. Jethro says he's waving him off.
One
Oh,
other
yeah,
dude looks at you,
personal.
just shakes his head.
I'm gonna roll insight against that guy.
Sure.
If he seems like he's actually crazy, or if there might be something more, kind of.
22. We do love 22.
Like 33 more.
Yeah, I bet. 22, though. By the looks of it, the man does seem a little eccentric. Eccentric. Yeah, that's the word. Eccentric, thank you. Oh my fuck. My head is cloudy as shit right now. But he does seem a little bit like that. But he's not like... Some people go crazy because of circumstance. Some people go crazy because of magic. He seems more passionate and crazy. Like he was born a little crazy and now he's passionate about something.
Right. But he does give off that sort of religious zeal.
Oh, absolutely. As most individuals do who are
Yeah.
religious and it's not worldwide.
Well, he's certainly convinced that he's spreading the gospel, as it were.
Bernie, you feel that somebody's trying to feel around the back of you for a purse.
I'll turn around and punch whoever it is.
Okay. Give me a strength check.
It's a 10-year-old child.
It is a kid.
Dead on impact.
Only 5, unless you were using your divine order.
Smite.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you right in the middle of the face of this teenage boy who drops to the ground.
Don't steal.
And 3 teeth fall out.
Oh. 10 minutes into town, we're already punching teenagers.
One of the guards comes up.
Steal from me.
One of the guards comes up, grabs him by the back of the neck, and then like pulls his hand forward and places it on the table in front of you, Bernie.
No, that's fine. I mean,
It's the law.
It's your right, sir.
well, it's my right, but I don't. I think he learned a lesson here.
I'm so lucky.
To be fair, losing 3 teeth is a pretty good lesson.
Very well. He'll release the grip of the young man and kick him in the ass as he goes scurrying and fleeing away.
All right.
You all are new here, aren't you?
Well,
We're here for an expeditionary party. We
All
need
right.
to find people.
Under whose order?
Our own. We're a startup.
You're a startup. You're trying to recruit.
Yes.
Well, your best luck is to find the lushes in the taverns. You can find them right over
That's
there.
why we're here.
Mm-hmm. Keep your eyes on your purses. People are slippery around these parts. Either you can survive out there and you get what you're worth, or you learn how to adapt and live through these streets. If someone's caught stealing from you, you have the right to take their hand. It's fair.
I checked
Well.
my possessions. Did I get swindled?
Investigate. No.
19.
You're not missing anything, Miriam. However, tucked behind your backpack, like in the lip of it, you pull out what appears to be a small scroll. You're not missing anything, but this is new.
Does it appear? Does it have like a seal on it, or
No, just nondescript, placed up there.
gonna open the scroll?
Mm-hmm. Unraveling, it would appear to be a small map of this city itself. And there's an X marked on it. Now, you would need a better layout of the actual city to know the direction it's supposed to face, how it looks, and where that X is, but...
Bernie, could you open the map of secrets for me, please?
We're headed to the cartographer's sister.
Wait, the map of what?
Yeah, Yanni's gonna be very wide-eyed looking at you when you say that out loud in a city that we're all being surveilled.
I told you it wasn't. It's not a map of secrets. It's a map of that one secret that we already found. It's not worth anything anymore.
Deception check
Oh,
again,
yeah.
Bernie.
I mean, that's one way to call what you that excursion in that one city.
Yeah.
With
That's like a
advantage,
wink.
you're being helped.
All right.
Let's go. All right, 24. The guard no longer seems interested. Yeah, even the guards are shady in this city, so.
Yeah.
All right, let's go find some lashes.
Best of luck to all of you. By the way, if somebody's trying to haggle about things in the streets, make sure you don't buy anything that's made out of hands. We have a strict no purchasing of hands right now in the city after the whole undead hand debacle.
Good to know. Thank you.
Yep.
Yep. Thanks.
In hushed tones, Bernie, can you open the stupid map, please?
Yeah. Just don't say it so loud.
Jethro whispers to Miriam. So, from what I can understand by the no hands thing, it seems like anything else is on the table here. Then.
Are you trying to buy a toy for the missus?
No, I'm just. Wait, what?
+2 longbow. +2 longbow.
I'll pull up the map and yeah.
All right, looking at it, the maps line up pretty damn perfectly with one another.
Right.
Okay, we have been invited to something. Is there any? Actually, I'm gonna hand this to Tolsha to see if she sees any like code or crap on it, because she's the thief.
Yeah, Tolsha, roll me a cartographer's check utilizing intelligence.
I can also read all languages.
Yeah, I know that. I have dark vision.
Or
Alrighty.
like dork vision.
Right.
I don't get to roll it off, but that was a crap roll. Oh well.
So,
12.
looking at the map, it doesn't have any symbols aligning to any known organizations to you, but down in the corner, it does have what appears to be a backwards question mark, kind of just put in there. You think that this has something to do with some type of secret organization, roguish society, something like that. And for some reason, this is either a ploy to try to trap you, seeing that Miriam out of your whole party, sorry, Miriam, is seemingly the most gullible and easily deceived person, or to entice you to do some type of dealing.
So this is either a trap, or they want to do some kind of deal with us.
Right. Well, before we do anything, I suggest we go into that inn, get ourselves a room, and then we have a bit of a discussion about how we're going to deal with this.
Indeed.
All right. So, you open up the doors to the inn, and there's this. Ooh, actually. There's this Yuan T behind the counter of the bar who's currently wiping up a little bit of blood and spit from some type of encounter that happened in here. You look across the way, and there's a human who has this massive bruise over their eye, and sitting a couple of tables away from them is this dwarf who's clearly got their nose broken and smashed. The Yuan T looks over at all of you and goes, "How many rooms?"
3.
I'm gonna go talk to the dwarf, see if they want to be recruited for the expedition. That's what Yanni's gonna say loudly, because the place is under surveillance.
So, 3, you say. She'll pull 3 keys, all of which are labeled with numbers, and places them down on the counter, looking at only you, Tosha.
Now go over towards the keys. How much?
2 gold. UNT discount.
Very well. I'll give the 2 gold.
They'll pocket it. You see that this UNT is much more closer to a abomination, as they are proclaimed as. They have the tail, the elongated neck, the overly dramatic snake scaly features. As you head over to the dwarf sitting down, the dwarf looks over at you. The fuck you want, elf?
Thought I hit it well. We're doing an expedition up north to find treasures. Wondering if you were interested. Need capable fighters. We have cooks. We'll pay.
Well, I'm a fighter. You hear the human. Hey, fuck you. You got a cheap shot in. You hit me first, fucker. And what are you gonna do about it? He grabs the glass and, throws it over at the human, who just, dodges out of the way.
He's a monk. He catches it and tosses it back.
Should I be going with the human instead?
Nah, fuck that human, dude. Girl, pick me. Pick me, I gotcha.
Is he the one who broke your nose?
You see what I did to his face?
I want to look over at him.
Yeah, the side of his face is, completely bruised. The eye is completely swollen shut.
Looks like the dwarf won.
He looks at you with his one eye. Go fuck yourself. Hey, there's a $5 gold cover charge for any fights that you start or participate in my establishment.
You telling me that guy started the fight? His eye ended up like that, and then he had to pay somebody after.
They both had to pay.
Oh.
But yeah, the human started the fight. Hey, go screw yourself. You don't talk down to the people who pour your drinks unless you want to fucking die.
Honestly, you don't.
Sorry. Yep, my bad. And she'll look over at you and speak to you in parcel tongue, the language of your people. And you discern that she says, these people don't know anything about good poisons. Could kill that
Honestly,
fucking human in a second.
Honestly.
Yeah. So.
This is a shame, really. They're missing us on such unique flavors.
The dwarf will stand up and march over to you. All right, little girl. What do you need done, huh? Where are we going?
Like I said, 2 days we're going to go up north, but we need more people. Preferably somebody that uses magic. Have you seen magic users?
Yeah, there's a bunch of them in town. You're looking for the dome bubble guy. You're looking for the explosive fire guy. The unseen guy. Which one?
I'm going to look over at the rest of the group. What do we need? A dome bubble guy? Safety, explosives, or stealthy?
Well, I mean, everything could come in handy.
Well, I'm not the one paying for this, so I'm glad about that. I'm Yanni, I'm your scout and cook, and I'm going to shake the dwarf's hand.
He'll reach up and shake your grip. Damn, fine grip on you. Wasn't expecting that from an elf.
Half elf.
Yeah. I wouldn't be too impressed with you showing off your human either. Look at them. Just keeps pointing over at the other guy who's getting more and more pissed.
Right. Well, try to stay alive at least before we take off on this expedition.
Yep. I'll be here. 5 gold a night.
Ooh, that's hefty. I'm just the recruiter. I'm not the negotiator on
He'll
pricing.
Pull up his sleeve, and you see that he has 3 lines of tattoos on his arm. I've survived 3 expeditions. I'm worth it.
I don't want
Let's
to go.
say 3 gold per night, and you get 7% of the gains.
I'll tell you what. 7 gold a night if I beat you in an arm wrestling bout. 4 if you win.
I'm
3
gonna see this.
if I win.
Ah, he slams his elbow on the table.
All right.
Egos, am I right?
All right, opposed athletics check. He has a +6.
All right.
Yeah, you can't possibly lose.
I mean,
Well, I
There's a chance.
no.
There's a
I-
chance.
it's-
No.
well, yeah, maybe. But
I think a
let's
natural
see.
1 ties, right? You have a +12?
No, I have +9.
Oh, ooh, you
So, yeah.
could lose.
Yeah,
Ooh.
but I'll use recap inspiration.
Yeah, sure. The important rolls to
Yep.
pay the man less when you're probably not going to pay him. So as he's like pushing against you, he gets your arm about a little bit pushed back, and you're like, wow, this dwarf actually has some strength. And then you just start flexing and pushing him all the way down to the table. God damn! That's what I'm fucking talking about, tiefling! And he offers you a fist bump.
Right. Looks like you got dwarfed.
What, is that supposed to be a joke on the fact that I'm a dwarf?
No, it was supposed to be a play on words that I dwarfed your strength with my strength.
I need you to roll a persuasion roll. Let's see how funny he thinks you are.
13.
13. And just goes back to sitting down. Yeah, 3 gold a night. That's fine.
All right. And of course, feel free to spread the word too if you have any associates or anyone you think would be good candidates.
Yeah, I know a few people that might be decent. Yeah, I'll talk around. You got any no-goes? Any type of people you don't like?
Do we?
Anyone who's an asshole for no reason other than to be an asshole?
You're in the wrong city.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, we're not gonna have a thing.
we bring them along. They're expendable, you know. So
Definitely a no on anyone named Karen.
No Karen. Sure, yeah.
no.
My
no.
aunt was named Karen. What a bitch.
I know gnomes.
Yeah, against gnomes.
I agree.
There was
No
a-
gnomes. All right.
There was a fungal incident that involved gnomes becoming fungal gnomes.
I think that was here. Was that here?
No,
It would be horrible if that happened here. They drank all the water.
yeah.
Maybe it's water when you have ale.
That is
Needs ale.
damn right, human. And he'll go over and just offer you a fist bump now, Jethro.
A fist bumping back.
Who needs ale when you can drink stuff that would literally kill even you, a dwarf?
The Yuan-Ti gives a little bit of a smirk.
Fist bumps culture.
No, they're more elegant. All right, I'll put some words out, see if we can't get any more useful people around here. He'll look over at the human. Hey, fucker. Nice bout. See you around. Pats him on the shoulder and just walks out.
I'm gonna follow the dwarf. I'm the recruiter. Guess I'll go with, unless you guys need me here.
Did you want assistance or you want to go this alone?
Either works. I'm just gonna go find more potential recruits. Like I said, we need spellcasters. And she's gonna point back at her journal at Tulsha real quick after what she said earlier in the journal.
right, I guess you guys go take care of looking for recruits, then we'll set up in the rooms here.
Yes. We'll get set up, prepare for the potential recruits, the expedition to, well, find some, what we can find out there.
I mean, I'll definitely help with logistics and planning. It's been a bit, but I think I still know how to do so.
Right. Let's go meet in the rooms real quick, get everything prepared there, and then come back down for a while.
Right.
All right, you want me to wait for you? I'll just get another drink. Yeah, I'll wait and get another drink. There, Tab.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know what? I'm just gonna look to the Yuan-Ti bartender and just like put a small platinum piece down, like give him something that will make him regret.
You say give him something that'll make him regret?
Give him something that will make him regret asking for more ale and push him to the limit, but not kill him.
There's either stomachache or death.
Stomachache.
But he's a dwarf. Usually they're good against that.
True.
I'll try.
As we'll head up to the rooms, and as we're going up, like I've done this before, of signaling for Bernie to read my mind through a series of taps. If Bernie should hopefully remember that.
Yep.
History check.
Okay.
I guess I'll do that. Detect thoughts.
Whole place under watch. No circumstances mention the mission, even in a room. Here to find recruits for an expedition. Use this to scope out people and find our targets.
Got it. I'll reply telepathically. But
Send this to Miriam.
Let him reply.
Sorry.
We could also let Miriam set up his little dome of things. And then
Could.
we might be able to talk, I think. Quite likely.
Maybe. Depends on what's happening here. Convey this to Miriam through your sending stuff. We'll speak in code.
Right. And then I'll cast a look over at Miriam and telepathically say to him, don't give any inkling of what our actual mission is. Don't mention it. The cover right now is that we're just trying to set up an expedition. I'm sure Yanni has some grand scheme at work here. Or at least some plan. She seems very well versed in deception, I'll say that much.
So Miriam?
Yep.
You doing the thing?
Yeah, I'm putting up private sanctum. Yeah, when
All
we get
right.
in the room.
Well, you're all in the room. It's cozy, but it's not the best room, obviously. It's just something that'll be reasonable, keep you safe from weather and robbers.
All right. Well, I guess we can think we should be able to talk a bit more freely here. Did Yanni and Jethro, did you go out yet, or are you with the group still?
I know Jethro's still with you. I don't know if Yanni went out for recruiting purposes.
I was gonna go where the dwarfs recruit people, but I guess he's staying in the bar.
Well, he said so the order of operations where you said, hey, let's go find our recruits and everything. Then the people said, hey, let's have a conversation in the room first. Then the dwarf said, hey, I'll be fine just sitting in the bar until you're ready to leave. And then,
Yeah.
So were you going to go with him and say, fuck that, I'm just going out and doing recruiting? Or were you going to meet up with the
I'll
party?
go back up
Okay.
because this makes an easy way to plan this.
Okay.
So I think, and she's looking around the room, we set up a room for the recruitment where we do interviews with each person that we bring in there. I'll go find potential recruits and bring them down there.
That sounds good.
Makes sense, but like just trying to recall here, what's our end game here? What is the end game we need to get to?
Well,
We have enough people for the expedition.
Right, and what exactly is the point of this expedition then?
Remember, the client is looking for antique weapons.
And we all want to become rich.
So you all are in a private sanctum now, by the way.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
this guy, like, every one of the Volstrucker's magic breaks magic. So I'm like, I'm not even going to there's no point in risking it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you say antique weapons, but and then he kind of holds up the, what was it called? Burial spear. We could bargain with this, or we did happen to find a giant ass sword in the middle of a godforsaken land that we can't lift, but
That's why we need wizards.
Yes.
Do we have to do like a deception check or something? Like...
No, not yet. I mean,
Okay. Anyone want to come with me and help with the recruiting process? Or do you guys want to set up the room for the interview?
I'll come with you.
Okay.
I guess I'll set up the interview room then.
And
What room is it going to be so I know the number? Just to send them over.
you guys have rooms 1, 2, and 3 that you purchased.
Room 2.
Room 2 is the interview room. Is it between 1 and 3?
Yes, it is.
Oh, that's
Actually, it is across from 1, and 3 is next to 1.
So it's across the hall.
maybe do 3 or 1.
Let's do 3. 3.
I'll telepathically say to Yanni, we need to have a clear understanding of what exactly your plan is here. What's the point of this expedition? Are you trying to lure the Volstrucker to us, or
Take them to us. If they know that we're after them, they'll set something up and ambush us. This is the only way we'll ambush them. We get the one with the eyes first.
all right? Sure.
How hard do you think it's going to be to get an audience with the mayor?
If we find the right antiques out there, it might be fairly easy.
Or you could show them the burial spear you guys found out there.
True. We could.
It might be beneficial to have somebody bring that if you want to hold on to that, Bernie, and show that that's proof that we know a site. Then we might be able to get more people in on this. Could be convincing.
Yeah, I suppose.
How far away, Jethro, are you able to get away from it since your weird stuff is on it right now?
Get away from what exactly?
The spear, like, can you pop out of character? Can you like pop it away anywhere and then have it reappear?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
anywhere.
pretty much. It's the way packed weapon works, I believe, is like pocket space.
Okay, so basically, it can't be stolen.
Yeah, it can't be stolen.
That's what I'm checking.
No, I wouldn't have even offered to bring it around if I thought it could be stolen.
Wait, I just had a realization and a thought. Couldn't I theoretically try to make a packed up that magic giant titan sword?
The attunement requirement states that
Right,
you
right,
must be
attunement.
considered a Titan.
Yeah, and you have to, okay. And I
Do
assume
you
I have to be-
understand it now?
Okay, yeah, okay, sorry. I just the thought just hit me, and then it was like, wait. And then yeah.
Actually, that's a question, DM. Do any of our half souls
No.
were they Titans?
What are we gonna do with this thing? A giant sword's always useful.
They went to the Prometheus school running away from things, gonna fell over.
Yeah, we just managed to loosen the thing.
Anyways. So, are you guys content with this plan? Yanni heads out and tries to do some recruiting.
I think Bernie's coming with.
And Bernie.
He's helping.
Yeah.
Okay.
Using the burial spear as proof of
The
stuff
site.
has been found.
Yeah, we found a site up north.
Jethro's helping out with the interview room.
Setting up the kill room.
Alrighty. I need a... Well, since the two of you are doing that, we need a deception check from both of you or one help... Oh, no, you're not both proficient, so both of you. To see... Yeah, we're totally doing an expedition, everybody. We have all these amazing things. You should come get here. Come on. And see
Yeah,
if you
he's
can
not
get away with it.
Can I do a
Proficient in deception.
performance?
No, it's a deception. You're trying to make the enemy believe something.
I was the reason I wanted to come with wasn't sort of to be the active recruiter, but more to be like
Muscle.
to get a gist of the people who are there.
Okay, that's fair.
For like
Alright.
insight purposes.
Then you don't get to roll. All right, go ahead.
Okay, I guess I was really hoping performance to get people's attention. Okay, deception. I'm gonna use game advantage. Maybe Ruka reroll if I still. Oh, never mind. 24.
24 is good. Insight check now, Bernie.
All right.
We love 24.
We do
Yep.
love 24.
Alrighty. So, in your journeys out there, you get a total of 4 inquiring individuals that seem to be, into the idea of this excursion. First off, the dwarf, who you guys already recruited.
Never gave us a name.
I'm giving it to you now. Tal'Dorei Stonehammer is his name. He's very good at pointing out individuals that he has gone on expeditions with. Apparently, there is a bit of a pecking order in this city. The amount of times that you get to leave New Haxon and come back alive. Most people die on their first expedition, it turns out. A vast majority of them die. But if you survive one expedition, you are granted a little bit of respect by the others within the community. If you survive multiples of them, your respect is exponential at that point. So Thulgir is the first person who seems to have the most of these markings on him. The next one is Arrowless Windweaver. They appear to be a gloomy-looking Eladrin man who seems intrigued with the object that you are claiming you all have, but understands they're going to have to head back to the tavern to see exactly what it was that you are talking about.
No, we have it with us. Bernie has the spear with him.
Oh, so
Yeah.
doesn't the
Yeah,
packed
that
weapon
would-
disappear after 1 minute if it's further than a certain amount of distance away from you?
I don't think so.
Your packed weapon disappears if it is more than 5 feet away from you for 1 minute or more.
Okay, yeah, it does. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. Well, they're still believing you. You're lying perfectly fine.
She also emphasized she wants like the wizard that's for security purposes, like the bubble and all that stuff. To Thalgar.
Arrowless is that wizard, by the way. Yeah. The next one, this is the person that he had gone out with, and they were a acolyte, someone who aspired to healing and tending to the wounded of the group that they had. Mora Whitethorn, human, a bit older, and she seems remorseful and very empathetic and sweet, and she doesn't have a whole lot of self-confidence, but Thulgar is very adamant about how useful she will be. She's a very good healer when you need a healer. And then, as far as the shady person goes, he goes by a particular establishment. Bernie and Yanni, I need history checks from both of you. Thief and Tom.
14 on Thief and Tom.
14. This establishment you're coming across is the one that was marked on that map that Miriam had rolled up, that was slipped on him. Going into this establishment, looking around for the particular individual that Thulgar recognizes, they don't seem to be there. However, someone else approaches you, and this man smiles, and it's a very wide smile that the eyes don't mimic the same gesture with the lips. Tiefling, who wanders over with a very sly look. Valen Nightshade, pleasure to meet you.
I guess I'll shake his hand because I don't want anything on Bernie or anybody. Nice.
I'm just nodding and standing
Right,
there like...
this is my passive
muscle.
29. Notice him trying to rob me.
Yes and no. He feels around any jewelry you might have as he is shaking your hand as a gesture to see how perceptive you are. He seems much more drawn back from not just chaotically stealing from people, but feeling them out first. He takes note of that and gives a little bit of a smile, seeing that you noticed. Well, I would be more than happy to speak with you and your companions privately later tonight.
What's your specialty?
Oh, scouting, finding what might be lying in ruin. I understand all of the original languages of this land as well, and I believe we have a jointed history in working associates.
I'll look over at Bernie. Wow, that sounds like somebody else's job that's already here.
Oh. Me not know.
What?
I'm playing the part of dumb with muscle.
Look, he's pretending to be a barbarian. No, he does have his like.
No. The 24 on Insight, Bernie. Out of everybody, they've all been a little shady other than Moira. She's 100% like... She seems to have sins that she wants to repent for. That's her personality. This individual, though he definitely made a gesture like he was going to steal or attempt to from Yanni, because you know that's not going to happen, he did it in a way to feel out her capability specifically, as if he knew that she was capable of that, which points to this individual seems to know or have a passing familiarity with her.
I'll look at her and telepathically say, he seems to recognize you somehow, or have you met him before in any way?
Let's find out. Well, look at him. Look familiar. I want to see how he reacts.
He immediately smiles. Well, yes, that is what I say when we have previously acquainted mutual allies, work associates, maybe similar employers at some time.
Oh. You still work with them? I ended up getting fired.
Very unfortunate for you. I don't actively work for them anymore, but a favor is owed and a favor will be paid. I'll see you all tonight. He'll pat your hand. I know where you're staying.
Very bad. guy owes a favor to him. That's not good.
very good.
When we were traveling the city, did we see anybody by the description with those tattoos on their face and the eyes thing? Other than maybe the homeless man that was blind.
Based off of your passive perception, no. I mean, there's people who have tattoos, but not eye tattoos on their faces.
Need something to detect magic. We need more wizards. That's all she's gonna say.
Well, if you want, I can ask a few people over at the Dwarven Bar if they know any wizards, but you guys aren't really gonna be accepted over there, you know?
He just beat you in an arm wrestle.
Right, it has nothing, like, I know he's fucking cool, like, but
I'm gonna look.
I gotta take a shit. Excuse me. And he'll head out back and...
So have I seen anything that, like, looks like a glyph or something somebody would use to scry through?
In this establishment, there are glyphs for protection. Are you proficient in Arcana?
Probably not, but let's find out. Yanni. Nope.
Yeah, they're glyphs, but you don't know what their purpose would be.
Have I seen any throughout the town?
Not on some of the guard stations, yes. On the outside of buildings, no. The inside of this building is where they are, so maybe other buildings have it, but it would be on the inside as well. And this seems to be more of a shady establishment, a back alley bar tavern area that most people would stick away from, but they seem a bit more organized in here than they are rowdy at the one that you guys staying at.
I don't recognize that guy from anywhere.
You do not. Not on a 14 history check.
History check was for the bar in the map.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Roll another one.
Not on a 6.
Not on a 6. I mean, you see him sitting over at the bar, drinking. Positioned so the side of his eye can watch the door and the window.
Yeah, go check there, Thalgar. We'll be back at the original bar.
He's already out back taking a shit. He was poisoned by Tolsha.
Yeah.
Okay, Bernie. I mean, no. Did we ever come up with code names?
No.
Okay, let's head back. I guess she's not saying any name.
Y'all are so good at the...
Yeah, we never
Why do
came
you
up
think I
with names.
stayed back?
I thought about it earlier, but I kind of forgot in the midst of all it.
We want Yanni to come up with a cheesy code name.
You can call me Blue Falcon.
Come on, Falcon, let's go.
Blue Falcon.
Hong Kong punch.
I'm Eagle 1, you're Eagle 2. Been there, done that. Still doing that.
Well, I think of two things when I hear that. One, there's actually a term in the military for Blue Falcon, which is not a good term, by the way.
Oh,
And
really?
the second one, I keep thinking of the Key and Peele skit. Black Falcon, I need you. No, I'm like Yellow
Look.
Falcon or something.
Look, which one of us is Goose 1 and Goose 2?
We know who Goose 1 is. Anyways. So. What are the two of you doing then?
We're heading back to the inn.
Yeah, because like
Alrighty.
we didn't see any Volstruckers. We didn't. A town that's controlled by them. It's pretty empty.
Well, I mean, this guy's not recruiting Volstruckers for you guys.
No, I'm saying like we haven't seen any.
You
So,
may have passed by some on the street without knowing.
Not with my passive.
very true.
Well,
So-
I was like, oh, this is perfect for Yanni to scout.
Like they had like a secret Volstrucker pin or something.
They do.
They
technically do.
walk a specific way.
Right, yeah.
How long were they out recruiting?
We'll say an hour.
I'm gonna while they're gone, Tolsha, Miriam's gonna talk to you. Can you speak to the bartender and see if they know what the rules are for getting a meeting with this I don't know how to pronounce her name, but Saisha Vorvis?
I mean, I was going to talk and try and get some town info in general, yeah.
Okay. I'll hold down the fort in case someone blows us up.
Satyana.
Satyana. Okay. Thank you.
Satyana.
Satyana.
Yeah, I'll head back down to the bar and just kind of sit there and... Got anything unique?
Alrighty. You go over to the barkeep, and she just looks at you, blinking, waiting.
I ask if she has anything unique.
Be more specific.
Look, I've had some of my own stock of poisons and whatnot to consume. I want something different. I want something that, well, I can only maybe find over here.
How about... Well, we have a phenomenal poison that works slowly and painfully to individuals, and usually they don't even know it's happening. It makes it so their body processes their food incredibly quickly, as well as all of their water, and they're stuck relieving themselves perpetually. Usually they'll have about 5 minutes of reprieve before they start doing it again, and at some point they become so dehydrated they die.
That is devious. I love it.
We call it X-Lax. Has to be consumed, of course.
Of course. I mean, all the best ones are. You can only do so much with one that's... You can coat a weapon with, really.
Yeah. So you
It's
want
a
to buy
shame.
some?
Sure.
Okay. That'll be 450.
450 gold. Quite expensive.
Yeah, of course.
She'll take out a small pouch that has 45 platinum in it.
She'll reach under the counter, pull out a vial of this white powder in there that looks oddly very similar to cocaine, but label it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Snort coke in the middle of a fight. Oh!
No.
Not the desired effects.
That looks surprisingly similar to this substance that we've found before called cocaine.
Oh.
But what's interesting, it's only a beneficial effect. You mix, well, if you replace something like that with what they're expecting, they'll willingly snort it and never have a clue.
That would be hilarious.
So
Of
from...
course, for you and me, it just makes the day a little brighter.
Honestly.
So, you swap the coins, and she goes back to cleaning. Bum, bum. Around
And-
that... Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to keep going, like, so you tell me a bit about the town. It's, well, we're here to start an expedition, you know, fame, riches, glory, all the usual stuff, but never really been to New Haxton before.
What's there to say? It is an actual menagerie. No matter where you came from, what you did in your past life, individuals might not like you, but the city itself doesn't give a damn. So long as you're willing to put in the work to live here and prosper, you'll be perfectly fine. Don't stick your nose in other people's business, especially if they're wearing holy symbols and things work out.
Fair. I mean, I understand that all too well. All too well.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm glad to find somewhere where everyone can just get along, even if it's more of a survival style.
Well, all of you are outsiders. You're not going to be brought inwards unless you survive a expedition with paperwork and they give you one of those tattoos. Then
Of course.
the insiders will start taking note of you.
I figured. Because we heard rumors of some people who are collectors of various items out this way that are found out there.
Everyone
assuming
is.
Assuming for those kind of introductions, you'd have to prove yourself on some expeditions.
Correct. But just for the random hagglers and thieves, you might get lucky with what you get from them. Of course, if you want to speak to somebody more important, get a few stripes on your shoulder.
That's fair.
By the looks of your, well, burlier companion, I'd say at least you have a fighting chance.
Well, I'd hope we have a fighting chance. We've seen our fair share of fights, creatures, monsters, fae.
I assure you it's nothing like what you'll see out there.
Oh, I have no doubt. Every place we go is a new, different adventure. I mean, heck, the farthest we've been is Far Haram.
That's quite a dangerous place, too.
It was.
Yeah. But at least you can rely on its consistency.
That's for sure.
Survivalists hate this city.
Oh, don't worry, our scout was already hating it the moment they arrived.
As most of them do. It's easy if you have if you don't lose direction that you came from.
Sure.
I'm
Someone
assuming
who's-
your scout forgot the direction you all came from and lost their way. You're lucky
Yeah.
any of you survived then.
Well, thankfully, we all know the coast is on the east side, so just find that and you have north and south.
Lucky you didn't die.
True.
Well,
We got caught up in a storm, but made it out.
I have to start preparing the dinner rush. Apparently we're going to have more customers coming in trying to join your expedition.
Indeed.
And-
Thank you for your time.
Around the time you're done with that conversation, a little bit after, is when Yanni and Bernie finally get back.
Start heading back upstairs as well. Did she seem to have any iconography on her, by the way?
Perception check.
$23.
None that were visible, but of course the scales of a Yuan Ti usually has, at least lineage-wise, connections to Zahir.
Yeah, that's basically true for all Yuan Ti.
So, the two of you get back. Knock, 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 knock.
Hello.
Hello. So, I think we managed to get a few viable candidates.
Excellent. I found some information that the more unique collectors might only start to looking towards us after several expeditions under our belts, as with the right paperwork, you each get a tattoo for each successful expedition.
Right.
So,
Who gives the tattoo?
I'm not entirely sure, but we can definitely ask our dwarven friend once they get back.
Look over to the corner. There's an old ratchet, like old man with a rusty needle, just like sharpening it.
So we have 3 people coming tonight. We have a Loris Weaver. He's a Wind Genasi. He should be a wizard and be setting up our defenses and making sure we don't get attacked. In the night.
Eladrin. They're an Eladrin.
Eladrin?
Winter Eladrin.
Okay, I thought they were Wind Genasi for some reason.
No, Winter. Yeah.
Eladrin. So we have Moira Whithorn, who's a human healer. And we have Whitehorn. Whitehorn. I have Whitehorn. Yeah, Whitehorn. Yeah.
Thorn.
Thorn? Oh.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I typed all of them out, didn't I? Yeah.
And then we have Valen Nightshade. He's a Tiefling Scout.
Right.
He apparently he'd be the backup to my job. And just looking at Bernie to do the mind thing.
I mean, no one's gonna be replacing you, Yanni.
Although we should get you a compass.
This would be amazing out here, but just keeps looking at Bernie to do the mind thing.
Bernie, she's eyeing you up a lot.
Yeah, I'm looking at her, and I'll
Jeff-
telepathically say, I can't do more of those today.
Shit. Okay. Right, I can't reply to that. Can I reply to that or no?
You can't reply telepathically.
The last one.
One way. Yeah.
The last
Telepathic.
person we should really pay a lot of attention to in the interview. He might be able to help us out a lot, especially having only one scout might be bad. Remember to not take the first price they offer. And yes, the last person we should definitely pay more attention to in this interview. She's going to say that twice.
Do you have Thieves' Cant?
She does, but she's not saying anything in Thieves' Cants.
Understood. And the second scout is very helpful, especially when our current scout lost her way.
It was weird. He said he recognized me, but I don't think I've ever seen him before.
Huh, perhaps you scouted past each other?
Yeah, we might have had similar employers.
Well, if you have in the past, I would assume that means that they're good at their job.
Hopefully.
Yanni, as Jethro kind of hears the former employers thing, he's smart enough to kind of pick that up a little bit, and he's gonna mouth Ludinus. Mouth it, not say it, but as it like questioning. You know what I'm talking about?
I have no
When
idea
you,
what
like-
you're talking about.
When you don't say it, but you mouth the word as like a question.
Oh,
Instead
for
of-
crying out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't say anything, but your mouth says it.
Okay. You mouth. What word are you mouthing?
Like basically Ludinus question mark. Like Ludinus as a question to Yanni because it seems. I don't know. It's hard to do it without like physically.
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah,
much.
yeah. So you're mouthing Ludinus to Yanni. Yanni, does that mean anything to you?
She's going to see him and go wide-eyed and shake her head.
Wait,
don't-
wait. Actually, I might have been. I think I confused the.
Uladon?
Uladon. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Ludinus is a different one. Uladon's the one that you guys are dealing with.
My bad. I'm out of it today. I'm sorry.
She's going to shake her head absolutely do not say anything.
Yeah. No, but yeah. Look, he mouths Uladon. And he's just waiting for like a shake or a nod.
If you have to go to the bathroom, just go to the bathroom. Just shake her head. She's going to put her head down on the side and shake it. No.
Mirian's casting silence in the room, just holding up a paper. Are we fucking doing this for this entire trip?
She points at eyes and then points around the room.
I'm giving you the back of the paper and my ink and quill. I have a means of communication. No one can hear what's being driven. No one can see in this room. What the fuck are we actually doing?
Jethro's gonna just real quick patrol the room. He's got that 10-foot blind sight bullshit.
Yeah.
Did you see any? Is there anything invisible?
You don't see anything in here.
Anything invisible would have been shown in this room. My sanctum is up. I'm trying to get it so we can all actually talk.
Yeah.
This is
Okay.
walking around and shit is
Like I said,
confusing
I'm
me.
not risking it. Like, I break magic all the time. Like, I'm just not risking it. If you guys want to talk, you talk.
Yeah. At
In
some
that
point,
case-
we're gonna have to be able to communicate properly with each other.
We can't always keep pandering or beating around the bush with the issue. Sometimes maybe, but right now we need to get to the point. So we need to make sure we keep an eye on this last scout.
Yes.
Okay.
By the sounds of it, they're going to be the ones we want to recruit the most. And we'll do interviews for Aerolis and Moira.
Right.
All right, here's another problem. Where the hell are we going to take these people?
And what are we gonna pay them with? Unless you have like a bunch of money lying around.
And another question, Yanni. Are you actually planning on taking them somewhere for an actual expedition, or are we just doing that to draw the attention?
Thing is, everyone's just talking freely.
We're writing down pieces of paper that I'm handing to each of you with quills because I silenced us as well.
Okay, she's gonna start writing to Corey to put it in front of Tulsha. Well, I guess it doesn't matter.
If we're being this level of paranoid, no one can see in this room and no one can hear anything inside this happening normally. And
Her concern is that some Volstruckers break the rules of magic with their
Like,
special
it's
Right,
just an
abilities.
that's why I did a
that's-
second layer of
Yeah, yeah,
silence.
yeah.
That's why we have the sanctum and we have silence inside the sanctum. No one's hearing what's going on unless they can break through both things.
No.
She'll just write down. If we have to, we can go back out. I'm not planning on going back out. We do need to set up like we are recruiting, though. As for a plan, this tiefling works for the Volstruckers. He owes them a favor, is what he made very clear.
Are you
Well,
right
I-
back? Sorry.
I don't think we should. We don't know exactly what he meant. It's a bit dangerous to assume too much.
Plan for the worst, hope for the best.
All right.
Got you there.
But
Okay then.
During the interview, if you think he's sending a message or in any way sending information out, someone will have to stop him.
right. Well, the thing is, I'm pretty sure this Volstrucker would already know that we're here. If he has this ability to spy on everything, we went through the gate, we went down the street, we've been around town already talking, and he knows what we look like.
That's fine, but we could still always just be here for this. He doesn't know that we're after him.
No, and that's the one sort of surprise thing we have.
Yeah, so we're gonna use it.
Yeah.
Hence the recruiting for an expedition, and we might actually have
That's why I was
we
looking
might
for-
actually have to go on an expedition or two to, keep up appearances. Assume they're just as paranoid as we are, if not
Okay.
more.
Well, they have a scout. That's got to be their building.
Either that or they're meant to be a point of contact here.
Or they're just simply scouting us out before, we get ambushed. But
That's probably that's what I was thinking too. That's why we should have Bernie, me, and somebody else. None of the people they've already seen.
They haven't seen me.
we should probably also set up a watch, I guess, to, make sure we don't get caught sleeping.
Right.
Okay. So from what we're going to actually plan an expedition to keep up appearances that we're here to try to get some kind of thing.
Yes.
Here's my question. Are we going to use these expeditions to gain favor with the city to cover our meeting with the mayor? If we still want to pursue that route.
I would say yes, because by the sounds of it, we're considered outsiders right now. The more expeditions we have, the more favor we have, and it's an exponential rate per one you survive.
So Trent's been sending expeditions out to the Blight Shore for a while. At least that's what I understand. This is also a good way for us to get an audience with whatever Volstruckers are here.
Sure.
So you can go either route, is the direct one or the indirect one.
And right now we're planning for both until we find out what this other person has in store. Once we find out more information from the other scout, then we will decide on a plan of action then.
If we're doing a real expedition, one of us needs to do research on where something might actually be, and very soon.
I can do such.
Archaeologist makes the most sense, I was gonna say.
Yeah. If anybody would find something, it is the archaeologist. That's
Yeah, literally my skill set.
So Bernie, me, and who else is going to be doing the interview?
I can join in on it for the interviews. But
I think Jethro should be with you on the interview, and me and Tolsha can do research.
By the way, just so you are all aware, I've been sort of posing as a kind of dumb muscle, basically. So I'll
Posing.
just be doing that.
So you should all have nicknames. We have Falcon, points at Bernie.
Blue Falcon.
Blue Falcon. Oh
Yeah,
my god, it's not good.
If we're going bird names, I'll be Red Parrot.
I don't.
Blue Falcon, Red Thorn. Blue Falcon, Red
Yeah.
Thorn.
That's all going birds.
no. What?
Red
We are-
Robin.
Yum.
Speak for itself.
So
We'll,
Blue
we'll
Falcon,
be
Red
a
Robin.
murder of adventurers.
That could be our name, the Crows. I actually kind of like that. We're the Crows.
Right.
Murder of crows. Yeah, we'll call the mission. I actually really like this. Wow, I feel like I'm back in the military.
You guys are... And in before you guys just throw away your mission and decide, fuck it, this is what we're doing. We're the Crows now.
We're going deep undercover.
God, we didn't even go undercover yet, and we're already too deep.
3 years later.
Or we could be like a complaint of Karens.
Ooh, I
Aw.
like this too.
Aw.
No Karens.
A group of humans is called a complaint of Karens.
A specifically group of Karens.
Okay, let's get ready for these interviews. Just
Alright.
gonna start heading to room
So-
3.
So who's conducting the research?
Tulsha and Miriam.
All right, so you're splitting the party during the interview with the individuals that you don't trust? I'm okay with it. I clearly am okay with y'all splitting up. I would love if the wizard and the cleric went out by themselves.
Oh, I thought they were gonna be in the room next to us.
Oh, I thought they said
We have to
research.
go get books of the region, man.
And also
Yeah.
ask for information.
That's why I wanted to go with Tolsha, because I don't want her to be alone.
Yes, I like this plan.
Okay. Research after interviews. Research
Yeah,
after
I was
interviews.
gonna
That
say,
sound good?
just do that after the interview.
Aw. But the wizard and the cleric, the most powerful duo of characters ever.
The most easily killable.
No. You got the cleric there. She's not easily killable.
Okay, so
I came up with my bird names. Does anyone want to hear it?
yes, I do.
Yes.
Rambert.
The fuck is that?
Apparently, it's a German origin name for bright raven.
Nice. See, he actually picked a cool one. Well, Blue Falcon's pretty cool if you don't know what it means.
I'm gonna remember
It's a
that you
comic
don't
book
like
character.
Red Robin, Joey.
I have never eaten Red Robin.
Wait,
Robin. Yeah. I don't eat out. Like, that's not... To me, I would rather make the food. It's usually better.
Red Robin's good. It's a little overpriced.
Yeah, that's why I don't
that's
eat
most
out. Everything's
restaurants.
overpriced. Fuck that shit. But anyways, interview process time, everybody. Let's do the first one. They all arrive within a few minutes of one another, and Thalgar will come up and knock on the door, and we're not leaving, like, today or tomorrow, are we?
No, it's not for like
A
2
week?
days or a week.
A week?
You're right.
two-
You look.
Oh,
you
I
look
think
green
I
on the gills.
I think I ate something.
Week at longest, planned for 3 days.
I'm gonna talk to Moira when she's. Do you mind interviewing her first, and then I can talk to her about this?
Sure.
Oh,
Cool.
Does anyone else smell that? What is that?
Oh shit! I didn't realize that came out, and just runs down the stairs.
Laura Whitethorn, we're gonna scream down the hallway.
I'm gonna prestidigitation just in case he left a trail.
Just a leaky trail all the way behind.
Oh god, we hear it like his footsteps because they're squelching.
Oh, not in the boots.
Not any nickname. The
You know,
leaky
he,
trail.
he reminds me a bit of Kurt. That
All right,
So,
guys,
the
I'm
40
Miriam's just gonna be in the corner. He's not gonna say anything. He's just gonna make sure no one's doing shit.
Alrighty.
So he's gonna be active eyes.
Well then.
oh, the dwarves doing
you-
shit.
I was gonna say, did Jethro put a hole in the wall so we could just look through like the painting as the eyes or something?
I mean, if that's something that anyone pointed
So-
out, Jeff would make a hole.
Yeah, like
You
the
can
fairy-
do that, but you have to provide your own painting. They don't have paintings in these rooms.
Guys,
Or
it's
just
fine.
put
Just
it
do it
some-
in the sanctum room. It's 24 hours.
Oh,
Yeah, just put a minor illusion over it at all times.
Yeah.
Just-
Just every minute, put it up again. Anyway, she'll wander her way up here and smiling, 40s, 50s human, very seasoned looking individual, a little sheepish and self-conscious as she approaches and may I sit, or do you prefer me standing?
please take a seat.
Thank you. And she'll go and sit down in the chair and smile and nod towards all of you. You see these nice prayer beads wrapped around her left hand, but clearly no religious iconography on her whatsoever.
So, starting off, tell us, have you been on any expedition before?
Yes. And she rolls up her sleeve, and you see that there are 9 stripes.
Damn, that's a lot. Okay.
I, at one point in time, worked very closely with the Volstruckers as their personal healer. That was some 5 years ago, and I went out on many expeditions with them, and they have not recruited me since.
Yeah,
It is
she's gonna
only-
hold a piece of paper in front of her mouth and whisper, and who's sitting next to her? Tulshar or Bernie?
Both.
She's in the middle.
Sure.
Wait,
Yes.
no.
I thought Tulsha was in the middle. 'Cause she's gonna
Wait,
be-
no. 'Cause I thought there's like an interview, so she's like sitting in the chair, and then Tulsha, Bernie, and Jethro are in there, like.
An
across from
interview
her,
or an
intimidating.
interrogation?
Miriam is not sitting down. He's actively keeping an eye on whoever
Alright.
we are interviewing to make sure they're not going to try to stealth cast.
Let's say Jethro. He likes to be near you.
Jethro's not in the room, I don't think.
Oh.
Is he?
Well, yeah, because you guys don't. Whatever. Okay, Bernie.
We should recruit this healer. That's all she's gonna say.
But I should give you fair warning. I was considerably younger when I made my mistake. We discovered some riches, and I was supposed to be keeping watch over everybody, and instead I was lifting a few valuable objects, and it turned out that in lifting them I triggered a trap that killed all of my traveling companions on that expedition. As such, I have not been able to get re-recruited by them, and it has been some time since people have given me the opportunity to reprove myself out here.
Mistakes happen. We've all made mistakes in the past that we've grow from. It's quite clear that you regret that action.
I do. And one of my demands, if you do bring me with, is my payment is to be paid up front for the expedition, but given to the clinic that I work at down the street. It's attached to a hostel where many of the sick or wounded who can't afford proper treatment go to recover or get tended to by me. Since I will be in their absence, I'd rather my funding be indisputable than theirs.
Oh,
Noble. Very noble of you. And a very noble pursuit, considering the dangers out here. Oh, you were saying something, Marie?
I was gonna ask, can I roll perception? Because if she's working at a place that she's not gonna use her magic all the time, does she have doctor's hands?
Actually, yeah. Roll a perception check. The fact that she sits in a praying motion, you would have to see the palms more than the hands. Do you all have any questions for me?
The one I have right away is your healing nature in origin or divine?
I am still granted the gift by my god, but I do not like to discuss my specific religious affiliations with others.
No, that's understandable. It's just we have gone to ruins in the past where, from around the age of Arcanum and before, where divine magics were unable to be cast.
I am not just solely reliant on those. I would have died a long time ago. I am an expert healer. Even when I was younger, before finding my faith, I tended to sick and wounded for battles in the Empire. So, I am adept at all forms of medicinal treatments and magical healing. I will request that if I go with you, everybody in our group keeps at least one first aid kit on themselves, just so it's ready and available for me to assist them if it's an emergency.
Oh, I want to check her on medicine.
Sure. Want to ask her a question?
Yeah, I want to ask her a question to an actual practitioner would actually know that.
So what is the fourth metacarpal of whatever? I don't know.
What's the proper procedure of?
How do you cure somebody who's been
removing, a
beheaded?
boil?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Roll me a medicine check.
Okay, this is what I actually know.
You are good at these.
Oh
Plus-
my god, I'm rolling shit
damn.
tonight.
You ask her a decent question, and let me roll for her, and she seems taken aback that you are formally educated. She stumbles a little bit, but she's not lying about her skill set. She's clearly not adept at talking. She's knowledgeable.
Right, just not the most direct, correct way to do it.
She doesn't know how to articulate it, but she's kind of getting there. She's not lying to you is the important part.
Okay.
If she's as good as you, probably not. But, yeah.
All right.
Maybe you
And-
can play doctor together.
You finally found your match, Miriam.
A 40-something-year-old human.
Somewhere in the world, Lily perks up as she's like, my brother.
Hey, she's a doctor and she doesn't care for her own religion. I mean, she's the closest one so far.
Not halfling. That's your criteria so far, right? Anyways,
If we were to hire you for the expedition, of course, you said your demands of everyone have a healer's kit, and your pay go to the hospital, attached to the hostel.
yes.
How much would you be asking for?
10 gold per day, unless this is going to be a multi-week long endeavor. And then at that point, it would have to become 100 gold per week.
10 gold per day. If it's multiple weeks, 100 gold. Are you requiring anything such as material components?
I can provide each of you with your own kits onto yourselves. Or if you have your own, that would mean I don't have to take it from my stockpile.
Understood.
Do you have any moral qualms?
I am not favorable to many betrayals, if that is your question. Do unto others how you wish others to treat you is more or less my own oaths.
Given all of this and how she's acting, is there a chance I might be able to discern her faith without her having stated it?
Insight check.
Wow, look, our rolls are not good today.
Yeah, good thing you're not fighting him. No, you can't. There's just not enough details. There's no symbols. Symbols is your biggest thing. And she's very I mean, do unto others, that's pretty generic for a cleric.
How much is a healing kit again? It's like 25 gold, right?
10.
Okay.
Yeah.
And outside of healing, what skills do you possess and what languages are you proficient with?
I am proficient with the native tongue of this land, of course. Undercommon, Elven, Gnomish, Common, Dwarvish. I understand Infernal, though I can't read it. I know how to speak it. Deep Speech. Yes.
Not Semnian?
I do understand Zemnian. I just figured that was a given. She gestures at, y'all.
Yes. Well, I don't have any qualms with hiring her. Do you lot?
You don't want any percentage of earnings. You just want 10 gold a day.
I prefer consistency over riches. My money is meant to go to my hostel and the clinic.
Our expedition will probably be around a week long.
That
So
is
you
not
would want-
multiple weeks, so that would only be 10 gold per day.
Due to your past, would you be willing to take 7 gold a day?
I do not mean any disrespect, but if that is where you would value me, I would value myself more greatly at the clinic.
Well, we're taking a chance on somebody that robbed from their last expedition and killed everyone in it.
I understand any hesitance you may have, but my price is set because of how much it needs to be worth it to the clinic to not have me for that period of time.
So you're not valuing off yourself, you're valuing off of the necessaries of the clinic you're running.
They need more
Understood.
money and funding, and I am their most practiced doctor. If I am not to
Guessing-
be there, they need the compensation to get somebody else to cover, and then the additional fundings on top of that to, well, buy the materials we would need for the following year to help people.
I'm fine with paying her 10 a day up front. It's clear that you are not just thinking of yourself in this regard, you're thinking of those who would lose access to your care. Showing that you are making great strides to, one might say, make up for or repent for past deeds. And everyone deserves another chance, in my opinion.
And I, again, mean no disrespect, but my markers speak for themselves for my ability to go out there and survive.
That as well.
Okay. Hired.
Thank you all very much. This is the address to my clinic, and she'll hand over a piece of paper. When we are readying and posed to leave, you can just drop off the funds to them immediately, and then we will all go together.
Very well.
Thank you. And she'll excuse herself. As you open up the door, you see that standing in the hallway at the other end, or the other side of the wall, is Valen again, smiling slyly over at you all. Hello.
Greetings.
So glad that we all can have this conversation, and he'll excuse himself into the room and close the door. And this is where we'll come back next week, everybody. Players, thank you all very much for playing. Viewers, thank you for watching. Hope you all had a great time. We'll see you next time.